Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter GameDay Show. It's win or go home for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they host the Carolina Panthers in a very rainy game this afternoon in Tampa, Florida. We're going to be live on the call for play-by-play reactions and analysis to all of it on the Pewter GameDay Show. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is my co-host of the Pewter GameDay Show, Daniel Morales. Daniel, how we feeling, my man? How you doing?
Well, it's not winner take all, unfortunately, anymore, right? Because now Buccaneers need to win, and the Saints need to win as well. And we're starting off already with an injury on the field here. Couldn't see the number, but Pewter Reporter,
I can't tell either.
Guys, how we doing in the comments? Big game here. Lots on the line.
Yeah. Appreciate each and every one of you rocking and rolling with us. The Bucs will get the ball first. I'm assuming Carolina won the toss and deferred. Yeah, can't tell who got injured there, but they are going to commercial break. I'm going to set up the score banner real quick, and then we'll get to some comments. First quarter.
All right, Anthony Walker. It seems like that's the injury.
Okay.
According to Capo Yan.
All righty. So what do we need to see today, besides the Bucs just winning? How are they going to win today, Daniel, if by the grace of God they do it for the first time in 7 of their last 8?
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been miserable, right? But last time the offense went run heavy, if you remember, and the idea was if they could rush over 30 times, the Carolina Panthers had a record of 2-15 against teams that rushed 30 times in a single game. Unfortunately, it didn't work. There's no deep shots down the field, no play action being married off of the run game, of course. It just didn't work overall. I think the Buccaneers need to go out swinging today. Just Tristan Wirfs is back, so at least your left tackle, your bodyguard is back on that side. You got to go out swinging, use your weapons, scheme your guys open. That's something that Liam Cohen did a great job doing. I want to see, honestly, Josh Broussard has not impressed me whatsoever. He's had his weapons back now for the last several weeks. I haven't seen much improvement in the offense. Big game for Josh Broussard also, because if Todd Bowles is retained, who knows what happens? Maybe he retires. I'm not too sure on that front. But if he is retained, maybe there's a change at the offense coordinator position, or maybe a special teams change as well. We'll have to see. But yeah, just go out swinging. That's my thing here.
I'm with you. It feels like a little bit of everyone's on the hot seat, because if Bowles does stay, which is not likely at all, somebody has to be the fall guy, and it might be Josh Broussard in that sense. Paul OG Baker Bro says, hashtag we are the crew. It's not over. The Real Maverick says, let's go Bucs, ... I guess, LOL, zero expectation. Yeah, I had a hard time kind of predicting this game because the Bucs have lost 7 of 8, but also there's something about winner take all, is kind of brings the best out of you as well. So we'll see. The Bucs are about to start their first drive now that the injured Anthony Walker Jr. is able to get off the field. And yes, Tristan Wirfs is playing, starting at left tackle in this game. That's very, very important for this group. And how much will the rain impact what Tampa Bay wants to do offensively? Cade Otton goes in motion. It's a handoff to Bucky Irving. Great run by Bucky. That's either a first down or 2nd and 1. But as we know, against Carolina, the magic number is 30. But I don't know how much the Bucs will commit to that today. Nice block by Payne Durham. 2nd and 1. Jameson Jones says, agreed. Not impressed with Josh Broussard. Baker lines up under center. Jalen McMillan goes in motion. Bucky just gets the first down. So 2 plays and a first down for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, with this rain, of course, I said I'd like to see him go out swinging here. But with the rain, it makes the passing a little bit more difficult. Slippery ball. They've kept it on the ground here so far. It's working so far. Let's see if they continue. I would like to see, if you're going to keep going run heavy, some play action off of it. Eventually, something short, or you go something deep if the rain allows you to, right?
Yeah, that's what was missing in their loss to Carolina 2 weeks ago, is the lack of play action. as they go play action here. Baker throws down the field. He finds a sliding Mike Evans, and that's a first down. Interesting. No gloves for Evans. Didn't see any on Bucky either. So obviously the rain playing a big factor as Mike goes to the sideline. Looks like he'll be okay.
Yeah, we don't know what the future holds for Mike Evans, right? Mike Evans, Levante David, those two guys. And everybody's talking about Mike Evans and Levante David this possibly being their last game. But what about Logan Hall? This might be his last game. I'm going to get teary-eyed for that one.
No, yeah, that's true, though. It is another big storyline this could be Levante David's last game. It's the Mike Evans bobblehead game as well. I believe they gave that out to the first 13,000 fans. So I still get a feeling that Mike Evans will be back next season, but this could be the last ride for Levante David for sure. This could be his last home game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or last game. It's either his last game ever, or he would get another home game if they do reach the postseason. So, second and 4, 12:20 to go in the first quarter. Another run with Bucky. Make it about third and a long one, maybe 2. I am liking the push that the Bucs offensive line has gotten early in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's what's making this run game work so far. Now J-Mac goes into motion.
Got Mekabuka on the left side. Chris Godwin lined up behind Otten. They're going to run it with Bucky. First down, Tampa Bay. Interesting block. I don't know. First thing I notice is they had Godwin in there. Remember, he was lined up behind Otten. He gets throttled back, but he got in the way enough that it opened enough space for Bucky to beat the other defender. Watch Godwin on the slow-mo. Bam.
Yep.
Gets hit hard by Morig, but again, just getting in his way created enough space. So Tampa Bay moving on this first drive. We've seen this before, Daniel, where the scripted opening plays typically work for Tampa Bay. It's, what comes after that is the big question.
Yeah, we saw it last week, the first drive, touchdown, and then the offense just fizzles out after that. We got Baker scrambling here.
He's running to the 30. Takes a hit. I don't know why when he could have just slid, but all right, maybe he's trying to ignite a fire. He's John with Barnes. Yeah, Tez Johnson on the field there as well. Emeka Buka was in the block, too.
Bucs Guy 89 says, there's the swagger. You see him talking right there to Barnes. Right in his mouth. Trying to get this offense fired up.
Bucs going shotgun on 2nd and 1. Cade Otton in the backfield. You got Evans to the left side. Now Otton lines up next to Evans and next to Tristan Wirfs. Baker pump fakes, then hits Otton, who's open, makes the catch, and he's inside the 20.
Otton's another one of those guys who this may be his last game. Don't know the contract situation, moving forward, but he's had his issues with drops, but overall he's been dependable as a blocker. Sometimes we need him as a catcher, but he's a good guy.
Would you like Cade Otton back next season?
If the contract is right, if the contract is real team friendly.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's because you can upgrade in the draft early, but there's other needs that you have.
Baker in shotgun, looking to throw over the middle, and it's caught. Cade Otton!
We're
Touchdown,
talking about him. There we go.
Tampa Bay. Baker's feeling the swag, and the Bucs are up 6-0 on their opening drive. Man, I feel like I haven't hit this button in a while. Baker is feeling the swag.
Baker has had his accuracy issues, but it's raining out there. He put it right on the money for Cade Otton. Cade Otton made it look easy as well. Good stuff there. And we talked about this before and earlier in the broadcast. They started off last week, went down the first drive, scored the touchdown. What happens after this, though? Do you keep having that same type of momentum on offense where you're moving the ball down the field, you're scoring, or you're going to fizzle out? That's something I want to see here. But now we're going to see the defense. let's see if the defense can hold this team, can create a stop here and give the Buccaneers offense the ball with a quick maybe 3-and-out.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that's been a big bugaboo for Tampa Bay's defense is allowing or the offense scores and they immediately allow a touchdown. Remember, Miami last week, the Bucs scored and then they allowed a touchdown 58 seconds later. So cannot have that today with everything on the line for this team.
Big shout out to all you guys at Pewter People, Stan Glassman, David Docher, Cali Bucs fan, Diesel, Q's44, all the guys who have been, I'm going to miss a lot of names here, Tim Burton, Capoyan, all the guys who have watched every game day with us. I really appreciate them. We don't know if the season is going to end here today or not, but thank you guys for always tuning in, for listening. Even when the games get rough, right? Even like the Los Angeles Rams game, they stick through. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for all of your support. We love interacting with everybody. We'll get to some comments in just a moment. I just want to give a shout out as well to All Day Every Day, who just became a Pewter Report YouTube channel member, and Buck Guy 89 has been a YouTube channel member for 6 months now. We really appreciate that. Says Mike showing up, Otten with no gloves. I think it's more of the rain than anything else, but definitely. Kind of funny to see. Capo Jan says, love you guys, bro. Love you too. Love this Bucs community that we have. And the support from each and every one of you has been awesome. Jameson Jones says, things I don't want to see. Yaya dropping back on 3rd down. And Carlos Lopez says, oh boy, we scored first. Next touchdown will be in the 4th quarter.
Hopefully not, right? Hopefully not.
Yeah. Appreciate the kind words from Two Woods Cinco Ocho. Says, you guys are great. This is Steph the last game, though. Listen, I at least want to see the Bucs win, so there's more of a vested interest in tomorrow. And it sucks that Chris Olave's not playing for the Saints, but the Saints have been playing some great football. So, I mean, it's out of the Bucs' hands at this point, other than winning today. They do have to control that part of it, but everything else they've done to themselves. There's no denying that.
Yeah, if they would have won one of the games, whether it's Miami or Carolina or Atlanta, this would be
Atlanta. The Atlanta one to me really sticks out more than anything else.
But now you got to hope that if the Buccaneers get the win here, the Saints can beat the Falcons, who the Falcons just beat the Rams on Monday Night Football. But the Saints are all banged up now, unfortunately. Like you mentioned, Chris Olave, blood clots in his lungs, unfortunately. Alvin Kamara is not going to play in that game on the defensive side. No Brian Bresee, their interior defensive lineman, who's really good. A banged up Saints team is the Buccaneers' last hope if they can win here today. But yeah, it makes tomorrow's game very, very interesting. Yeah. Let's just hope for a Buccaneers win here.
Meets McGee, thanks for the $5 super chat. Says it's not the first drive is the issue; it's the next couple of drives we need to be worried about. Yeah, absolutely. Scott Smith, the Bucs team reporter, actually said for the 4th time in the last 5 weeks, the Buccaneers have scored a touchdown on their first possession of the game. So clearly it doesn't mean anything because they've lost a bunch of those games.
Yeah.
They lost 4 in a row. So 9:31 to go in the first quarter, by the way. Panthers will start their first drive at the 35 because the Bucs have conceded just any kickoff coverage, which isn't great either. Missed tackle immediately by Savase Dennis, but Elijah Roberts, who's got to be hyped up because his mom sang the national anthem.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. He makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage along with the Vita Vea. So, and a late
Shonda Roberts, I got to talk to her a few weeks ago. Really great lady. She has a charity, Pain to Purpose. She helps out domestic violence victims. Really good stuff from her. And yeah, she's very talented. She also sings for the Miami Heat in terms of the national anthem for them too.
And Elijah Roberts just got an unnecessary roughness penalty, so that's a 15-yarder. I didn't see what he did.
I think they're considering the slam. Is it the slam?
That's an odd one. A little too hyped. And Bucs can ill afford any mistakes, let alone a 15-yard penalty. And there's Kalijah Cansey in the game, something we haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah.
Return for the first time since week 2.
Yeah, Cansey had big dreams, right? In the offseason, talked about his goal was to be the top sack guy in the NFL. unfortunately went out the torn pec in week number 2 against the Texans. Rico Dowdle slips.
He's down, and that'll be a TFL for Servasi Dennis. Yeah, so curious to see how much Cansey will play. I can't imagine it's going to be a huge amount. Maybe just save him for special situations, third down pass rush, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Rico Dowdle, he started off the year tremendously, but I was going through his stats recently. He hasn't had a 60-plus yard game since week number 10, so their running game has gone down quite a bit. That's hurt this Panthers team as well.
2nd and 12 for Carolina. Young in the shotgun, dumps off a short pass to Chuba Hubbard, quickly cleaned up by Tampa Bay. That was Hassan Reddick and Antoine Winfield Jr. lining up for the tackle. Oh, by the way, another thing to notice as well, with no Jamel Dean in this game, it looks like the Bucs have moved Christian Izien into the slot, and Jacob Parrish is the outside corner. So that is the course of action that Todd Bowles has ultimately determined. And it's a 3rd and 10. Let's see if Tampa Bay can get off the field. Soft coverage. I guess you can afford that a little bit on a 3rd and 10. Young throws over the middle. Knocked away. Antoine Winfield Jr. gets a hand on the ball. And that's a stop for Tampa Bay. Look at that.
They get the stop. We were talking about it. It finally happened. They didn't allow the Carolina Panthers offense to go down the field and score. Now it goes back to the offense. Now the offense needs to extend their lead, make this a 2-possession game, and really start off. I like the energy so far. I haven't seen this type of energy out of this team in quite a while.
Exactly what I was thinking. And I hate to get so negative, but part of me just is kind of thinking, like, where was this the last month? You know? Why did it take this long? And Scott Valdez says it was an errant throw. Yeah, it was a little bit. As Bucs get a good break, this ball bounces into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. Brian Brocklehurst says, "Go Lightning." I saw they were up 3-0, so good stuff. Stan Glassman says, "Yes, Yaya lined up offsides on 2nd down. Didn't notice that. They at least got away with it." Rich Taroka says, "I think Leggett was open and Bucs lucky his ball was off." Yeah, they got a little bit lucky, but I mean, are we gonna? The Bucs need all the help that they can get.
All the help.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Chase Rick, and Daniel had brought it up as well. I am so confused as to why this team decides today to show up. Yeah, it's very much too little too late. Like, why does it take this moment to all of a sudden get hyped for a game? I get it. It's like you have to win. There's no other option. But at the same time, I don't know. Didn't truly understand it.
This is the type of energy I thought they would come out with after that Thursday Night Football loss against the Falcons, where in that post-game conference, Todd Bowles, he challenged this team, right? He said these guys need to look themselves in the mirror. That he essentially said the coaches, they did their job, right? But the players, they need to step it up. And they came out the next week flat with no energy. And we're finally seeing this energy now, but unfortunately, maybe a little bit too little too late. We'll see.
Sid Chapman's cat says offense marched down the field last week, too. Yes, they did on their opening drive. Nick the trainer says, "Roof, roof, bark at him, Baker." All right, let's go. Steven Zool says, "I want a win today, but a Falcons win tomorrow." I'm guessing you just want Todd Bowles no longer as the head coach, which a lot of people feel that way, and I'm not going to tell fans how to root for their team. So, all right, second drive for Tampa Bay. 7:24 to go in the first quarter. Got an awesome game after this, too, with 49ers and the Seahawks battle for first place in the NFC and get a first-round bye. Excited for that one. Okay, how do the Bucs react to their second drive? The script was nice, got him a touchdown, but how do they continue that? Baker will line up under center on the second drive. Rachaad White's in the game, too. White gets about 2 yards. So seeing a little bit more of a rotation for Tampa Bay at the running back position. And Rachaad White has been the better running back the last 2 weeks as far as like explosive plays go. I don't think that's been a question.
Yeah, he had a 39-yard run a few weeks ago.
Baker in shotgun on 2nd and 8. Finds Otten, who gets drilled but makes the catch.
He held on to that ball there. That was a rough one.
That was tough. Mike Jackson on the tackle.
Mike Jackson has had a great year, but he didn't get the Pro Bowl selection. J.C. Horn did. But Mike Jackson has had a really good year. I think he's had 4 interceptions this year. PFF has him ranked their 3rd overall corner. A really good year for him.
Yeah, definitely a top-level player in this league and probably a Pro Bowl snub.
Yep.
Panthers bring the blitz. Baker's got to get rid of it. He throws deep down the field. Evans makes the catch. There's a late flag on the play. You never know with Mike because sometimes they'll get him for offensive pass interference, but I don't think that's going to be I don't know. Mike's not having the best reaction. Okay, it's on the defense. So, job well done. Baker gets rid of it. He knew he had to. Nice throw to Mike. And that's a first down, Tampa Bay.
So, Smith-Wade, their nickel, he's allowing a completion percentage of 81%. So, this is, if I'm Josh Brizard, I'm finding ways to exploit that matchup, whether it's Mike Evans like it was on that play lined up against Smith-Wade or if it's Chris Godwin Jr. He's allowed way too many receptions. So, he's one of the big weaknesses on that defense.
Bucs at the 45. They're going to run it with Rachaad White. Gets about a half a yard. So Bucs O-line, good push on the opening drive. Not as much on this second drive.
That rain is pouring.
I am so glad to be calling the game here versus trekking to the stadium. Whew. .505 to go in this opening quarter. Mayfield gets the shotgun snap, dumps it off to Bucky Irving, who races towards the yard marker. He's going to get it. Looked like he stepped out of bounds, but that's a first down. Nice little play by Bucky Irving. Smart pass by Baker. What I've noticed so far, Baker's getting rid of the ball very, very quickly, and he has been doing a lot of that the past couple of weeks. So, job well done by Baker and Bucky specifically on this play.
Yeah, good observation. And we haven't seen really too many explosive plays from Bucky as of late, but here we go. Nice. A little bit, about 13-yard reception there. Good stuff from him. He was really angry at the offensive line last week, if you saw the fan video. Ooh, a little creativity here.
Him and Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah.
Bucs go for an end around with Tez Johnson. Gets a little bit of room, about 4 yards.
And Tez with all the grass in his face.
Johnson has, not been involved as much, understandably so, when Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan and everybody came back. But good to see him get involved there.
And Sterling Shepard, he was inactive today. He's been inactive for the last few weeks. He just needed one more catch, one more reception to get $125,000.
I feel bad for him, but that's the game.
The NFL.
Baker avoids this sack. He's going to step up and run, and Baker gets the first down. Why are you taking that hit? Just get out of bounds. That's got to be on Carolina. That's got to be on Carolina. Baker said nothing there.
That's going to add, an extra 15 on that play. Good stuff.
Should be.
Yep.
Let's see what the call is.
It's on Carolina.
Good. That's another 15 yards. And why are you clapping? So stupid. So stupid. Goes right into Baker's helmet. Baker isn't even saying anything. Good on Baker. That's 15 yards.
Whatever he was saying earlier after that first scramble, looks like he got under their skin a little bit here.
What can he even be saying? Like, Saints going, Falcons going to beat the Saints. This ain't going to matter. Yeah, sick brag, dude. What a start for Baker Mayfield. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bucs in the red zone. It looks like Baker bobbed the snap real quick. He's rolling out. Stops. Thinks about throwing it. Now he throws it wide open in the end zone. Payne Durham can't make the catch. Throw was a little bit wide, but man, he was wide open.
Wide open. You couldn't be more wide open than that. But
yeah,
wet field makes it a little bit hard to come back to that football.
Baker throwing across his body as well. Yeah, no one open on the right side. Always a risky throw going across the field, but obviously that's the one risk you're willing to take when he's wide open. And Durham cannot make the catch. That would have been his second catch of the season and first touchdown and third touchdown by a tight end, with Cade Otton getting the second one earlier in this quarter. So 2nd and 10 for Tampa Bay. They're going to run it with Bucky Irving. Finds a little room, spun around. Makes it a 3rd and probably about 7. Yeah, Feeney kind of thrown to the wayside there.
That's a big boy, Derrick Brown, 6'5".
Yeah, one of the best D tackles in the league, so not the easiest assignment. But a big-time 3rd down for Tampa Bay. Important to build a 2-score lead, but obviously looking for another touchdown and not wanting to settle for 3. Got Rachaad White lined out all the way to the left. Baker looking, has time. He's going to step up in the pocket. Tristan Wirfs is way behind. It would have been a penalty on Tristan Wirfs anyway. He was like 5 yards down the field. But Baker was looking for a Buka, and Bucs are going to have to settle for a field goal, which not the end of the world. Again, another solid second drive. Yeah, just watch Tristan Wirfs at the end of this replay.
Yeah.
Great pancake, but then Wirfs goes all the way. He's well past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it would have been a legal man down the field, but here comes Chase McLaughlin. This will be a 29-yard attempt.
Nothing's been easy on special teams. He had a kicked block last week. This one's good. So Bucs go up 10-0. Comments in just 1 second.
Mr. Angle 333 says Abuka has gotta work with the jugs machine, gotta cash those men. I mean, it was a little bit difficult though, right? The cornerback had his hand fully inside.
Yeah, that was like a very in traffic type of throw.
Yeah.
We have a $9.99 super chat from Trustin Vorbeck. Thank you, Trustin. Good to hear from you. Says, where's this play been? This right here looks like a playoff offense. Still say goodbye to Bowles, but damn, love the show as always, and we'll see you later if my parlay hits. Parentheses plus 2,365. Would love to know what you have, Trustin, but definitely good luck on your parlay. I hope you hit it. You've hit a lot this year, so definitely would love that. Steinbauer Sports says, why do our tight ends suck so bad? They could use an upgrade overall. There's not that true blue receiving tight end that does it consistently.
Tristan Wirfs has more touchdowns than Devin Cope and Payne Durham.
Yeah, well, he's tied with Culp, but yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, Cope had one.
The cream school game. But yeah, more than More than Payne Durham. Let's see. Diesel says, defender tipped the pass at the very last second. Use your eyes, people. Yeah, it was a tough throw. Felix Schmidt says, Bulls defense still going to blow it, not getting excited. Listen, there's a long way to go. We've seen the Bucs build leads. We've seen the Bucs blow leads. We've seen the Bucs come back. We've seen the Bucs get demolished. We've seen pretty much everything this season.
This one, trust on Vorbeck. He says tight end first round this year. Here's the thing.
Likely not.
There's so many needs where tight end isn't, unless they fill these needs through trades and free agency. I think that first round selection has to be an edge rusher or an inside linebacker as of right now. Tight end scares me in the first round ever since the O.J. Howard selection. That scares me a little bit. I know all players aren't like O.J. Howard, of course, but I wouldn't go tight end that early unless you filled all your needs and you're purely going off of best player available because you've already covered, you've already filled your needs, your holes. I wouldn't go tight end in the first round. Maybe round three.
I wouldn't say there's a 0% chance because if there is like say there was like a Colson Loveland or a Tyler Warren on the board when the Bucs are drafting, like this year's version of it, then I think you give it a consideration, or like a Brock Bowers. But other than that, you're very, very likely going defense first. Even an inside linebacker, as Steven Zool says, that could be on the board depending on when the Bucs pick. So all right, second drive for Carolina. Little play action for Bryce Young. It's a wide open, I think that's Tommy Tremble. Yes, that is. And that's a first down for Carolina.
Yeah, Jatavion Sanders, tight end for the Panthers, broke his ankle last week against the Seahawks. Gruesome stuff. But, Tommy Tremble comes in. Hasn't had much production, 211 yards on the season, 1 touchdown, but they need a tight end. So if there was a team that, was to draft a tight end in the first round, maybe the Panthers would be one of those teams looking for
it could be.
Tight end. But they have other needs as well.
And that's a false start on Carolina. So Bucs will have them at 1st and 15 with 1:18 to go in the first quarter.
Bucs guy says Yaya Diaby is so bad. Guy 85, Yaya is definitely off and not a starter. Chase Rick, Yaya is a jag, need an elite edge. Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be an elite edge rusher. That his cap is like 8.
He's a good second string outside linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
He can be the complementary to the alpha edge rusher.
Yep.
On a team. Like, he's got 7 sacks. If he gets a sack in this game, that will be a career high for him.
Yeah, his career high, 7.5 his rookie season.
Yeah,
he could surpass that here.
Sacks on a season for any player, and you go, okay, that's solid, that's doable. But then when you look at just Tampa Bay's defense as a whole and what they've done, the 8, it's not as filling of an 8 sacks compared to other defenses in the league.
And here's Dashmal calling for Chris Braswell to come and put Braswell, and that's his favorite player. He's the leader of the Braswell fan club.
Interesting lineup with 3 D linemen. Daring Carolina to run, they do, and there's the hated man everyone was talking about a second ago, Yaya Diaby, on the tackle, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Bucs jump out to a 10-0 lead, so job well done by Tampa Bay. They'll look to get off the field defensively to start the second quarter. And while we're at commercial break, let's hear a message from Jorgensen Law.
Welcome to Jorgensen Law PA, where our family's legacy drives us to fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury, workers' compensation, and Social Security, we're committed to winning for you. No fees unless we succeed. Trust in our family to help yours. Let's achieve justice together.
Jorgensen Law is the champions of the injured and disabled. Their offices are based out of St. Petersburg, Florida, so you can get a free evaluation on your case, just absolutely free, just by meeting with Jorgensen Law. Their number is 727-347-7733. That's 727-347-7733. And no fees until they win your case. So you will not find a better deal when it comes to personal injury and winning your case. So Jorgensen Law, that's why they are the champions of the injured and disabled and the official law firm of PewterReport.com. They sponsor every injury-related story on Pewter Report, and that will continue. The Bucs have a game next week with the postseason. So thanks to our friends over at Jorgensen Law. Second quarter coming up in just a moment. Let's get to a couple more comments, shall we? Bucs guy says, will Mike Evans score a touchdown today? Well, he scored against Atlanta in his return, and he had a garbage time touchdown against Miami. I think the beauty with Mike Evans, if you're betting on Mike Evans anytime touchdown or things like that, is Baker looks Mike's way as soon as they get to the goal line, like whether it's a fade or a slant. So he's going to have the option. He's certainly going to get the target. Interesting question here from Wellesley, who says, hey guys, what do the Bucs do with Graham Barton for next season? Malk, Wirfs, Gedeke come back next year. I'm assuming they like Bredesen. Where does Barton go? I don't see him playing center again. So Bredesen's under contract, so everyone's going to be back. Malk will be going into the last year of his rookie deal. Wirfs and Gedeke obviously have the extensions, and Barton is a first-round pick, so he's going to be around. I would love for the Bucs to move him to guard and move Ben Bredesen to center, but they just think he's a guard. They just think he's a center. And that I don't like, but I wish they would make a move.
Here's my thing. I think, and if you put Ben Bredesen at center, he's been in and out this entire season. He's a bit injury prone, at least this season.
Yeah.
So you'd be losing your center. You'd have to move in Graham Barton in and out almost every other week, it feels like. I think Graham Barton, unfortunately, and the Buccaneers right here created
at the stop, incomplete McMillan with the drop.
But I think Graham Barton has just been hurt by the fact that Cody Malk has been out this entire season, and they picked up Dan Feeney from the Bills practice squad, and he just got tossed around on previous drive by Derek Brown. And then Ben Bredesen being in and out this entire season, having Michael Jackson in there. I think if Bredesen and Malk would have been healthy the entire season, he would have had a better season overall. But I keep him at center and just give him one more year and see how he progresses.
Yeah, it's true. They don't have like a true backup besides like if Barton got hurt, you'd go to Bredesen. Panthers going for it on fourth down, or at least they faked like they were to try to get a offsides. Now Carolina will bring on their punt team. But yeah, like if Barton, if something happened to Barton, maybe Elijah Klein becomes the backup center. He took snaps in training camp. That's really the only guy that I think they could turn to like currently in this moment. But that's obviously not what you want to see.
Yeah. All right. 4 for 13. The Panthers are going to punt it. You got Sam Martin, the veteran.
Got the super chat from Tristan Vorbeck we'll get to after this punt. Remember, last one went into the end zone. This one is probably not. No. So Panthers play the field position game, and it pays off for them. Tristan, thank you for this $9.99 super chat, who says, let's play Fantasyland. We get Crosby for future picks. First 2 rounds, tight end, inside linebacker, then rounds 3 to 5, inside linebacker and secondary. And then he says, Matty, I have Evans 80+ yards, Baker 225, Emeka 50+, Baker 2+ passing touchdowns, J-Mac 25+. So you're off to a good start with Baker and Evans. Ibuka and McMillan certainly need to pick up the slack. But I'll be rooting for you, Trustin. As far as this, I think you got to go inside. I would swap tight end with edge rusher for the first round and make tight end your 3rd round pick. Everything else I'm fine with, though. How do you see it?
I think even if they traded for one of these guys, like a Max Crosby, I would like them to still double dip and still draft an edge rusher, maybe in the 2nd round, 3rd round, somewhere still high. just to fill out that depth, because you're going to have injuries, of course. It's a very physical sport. The guys go in and out. Just to have, just to refresh that pass rush room, that edge room. But I did see a report. I don't remember if it was by Rossini or Fowler that Max Crosby, he might be a little bit more open to a trade. He's been wanting to stick with Las Vegas, but that the way the season has ended and the injury situation, the Pete Carroll conversation about having him placed on IR to close out the season, that kind of strained the relationship. So maybe he is a true candidate to be a trade candidate this offseason. And we know the connection between Jason Light and John Spytek. It could happen. I don't know if Jason Light's willing to give up the draft picks. That's the thing.
Well, I think he's got to change his tune when it comes to all the draft picks, because he wants to save them so much, and then he's just missing.
Yeah.
He's missing
That's
some
true.
edge rusher picks, and it's like you have a proven commodity with Max
Yep.
Crosby. Third down, Baker fires. It's caught by Jalen McMillan, who is wearing gloves. Chris Calvin Jr. is wearing gloves as well, and that'll keep the Bucs drive going. First catch of the game for McMillan, who had a monster game against Miami last week. His best game. I mean, this is only his third game back, but his best game since returning.
Yeah, and J-Mac bailed out Baker Mayfield a few times with those low passes. He was sliding.
That's right.
Catching those, yeah. Now, will Jason Light switch up on the trading the first round picks, trading draft capital? I'm not too sure. And the Buccaneers only have $38 million in salary cap going into this offseason. They can make things work, of course. You can move guys around, restructure, but they don't have too much room. And a guy like Max Crosby, what does he bring? Like a $26 million cap hit for 2026?
Yeah, it's certainly a higher number, but nothing that the Bucs wouldn't be able to handle with their front office and some moves they want to make. And again, like, they can't just stick with the status quo. This defense has been awful, and a big part of it has been they don't have a good pass rush with four guys going after the quarterback. So that's an instant fix with Max Crosby. And for what? Losing a first-round pick? I'd rather have Max Crosby than a first-round pick for the Bucs.
No, I hear you.
Mecca Buka goes in motion on the 2nd and 7. Baker looking. He's going to I thought he was going to dump it off to the running back, but he
Rashad White was out there.
Just bounced it instead.
Guy 85 says, wow, great throw. I don't know if it just slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm very curious why Mike isn't wearing gloves. And Mike's done this before with rainy games. But Mike isn't wearing gloves. Jalen McMillan and Chris Godwin Jr. are. And Ibuka, I don't think is wearing. Yeah, Ibuka's not wearing gloves either. I just wonder why some guys do and why some guys don't. Baker throwing down the middle. It's intercepted. Uh-oh. Mike Evans on the tackle, but Carolina is in business at the 20-yard line.
Didn't have many turnovers, many interceptions at all in the first 8 weeks of the season, and now the interceptions are coming in. And we see the replay of exactly what happened with the Roosboom interception.
Like in the aerial view. Yeah, looking for Ibuka, just didn't see the linebacker.
Yeah, just didn't see him.
Yeah, just standard as it gets.
Bad play, man. And that places Carolina at 19.
It does. Bucs are 0-8 this year when Baker throws an interception. And immediately, Ted McMillan makes a catch for a first down.
Matt, who do you think wins Offensive Rookie of the Year? Chuck, McMillan, Dart, or Ibuka?
Okay, so right now the hot commodity is Tyler Shuck, and I get it. I think Ted McMillan should win, though, because here's the thing. Tyler Shuck has been doing this for 9 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He's hit a good stride, but I think there's got to be something to be said about doing it for an entire season. I'm not saying he's a flash in the pan, but it's only been a little bit of a run. That's only
Yeah.
17
sample
games
size.
is a lot more than just the second half of the season. So I think McMillan should be rewarded for doing it all year long versus Shuck only doing it for a half the season. I'd love to say Emeka Buka, but
No.
he's just really cooled off the second half of the season. And then, these guys went against each other 2 weeks ago, and McMillan had the big touchdown. Ibuka didn't have a catch until the fourth quarter. Trayvon Henderson certainly could be in the mix as well, but I don't know. Chuck is the odds-on favorite right now, but to me, it's Tet McMillan.
Yeah, it's Chuck or it's McMillan. An easy reception.
Yep, a walk-in touchdown. And that's a touchdown for Tremble, Tommy Tremble. Bucs lead 10-6. I mean, this drive was a disaster from the interception, so. Carolina right back in this game.
K. Leard says busted coverage.
Yeah. Once again. Seen that too many times. Yeah, we'll get to some comments now. I know everyone's kind of watching at different moments and stuff like that, so I'm trying to stay a little bit away from the comments when the game is on because, we don't want to see plays spoiled and stuff like that. Steinbauer Sports says, Baker gave them great field position. Yeah, absolutely did. Clack 5 White. That turnover was all on Baker. It was. He just didn't see the linebacker.
Yep.
By the way, Virgin Boys has a $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, tell Levante David to retire. He's terrible. I would never say that to Levante David. He's a legend and deserves a ton of respect.
Yeah.
Miguel Ramirez says, put in Bridgewater. Baker, doo-doo trash. Baker was good on the first 2 drives, but yeah, I mean, just inexcusable interception. Bucs fan saying a little positive says, shrug it off, Baker. Get your squat together. There's one I've just missed. Where were you? Someone said implosion incoming.
Yeah, I think it was Fitz. Right. I couldn't see full name. Bucs guy says Baker needs LASIK surgery. Remember when James Winston got some LASIK surgery?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, horrible interception by Baker. Placed Carolina in a beautiful position at the 19-yard line. Easy completion for Tommy Tremble. Michael LaRue says more communication issues in Week 18 and year number 7 of Bulls defense. Yeah, I can't believe the Glazers would bring him back.
We don't know that just yet. Geist85, thanks for the $2 super chat, says Bulls is waiting on a secret weapon, Braswell. LOL. Kings are awful. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Says that red zone statistic is the reason Bulls should go. I'm not sure what the announcer said, but yeah, the Bucs are bad defensively they're bad defensively. You can end the sentence there. But if you're going to continue to it, they are also bad defensively in the red zone. They allow way more touchdowns than field goals, which should not be happening when you have a defensive-minded head coach.
And last week, Mike McDaniel was able to out-scheme Todd Bowles with a 7th-round rookie quarterback making his second start, a below-average offensive line. And really, 2 weapons with Jalen Waddle, but Jalen Waddle got hurt, and then Devon Achane. It was other guys. It was Greg Dortch. It was all the other guys who hurt this team.
Yeah.
Washington just out-executed and out-schemed last week, and hopefully that doesn't happen here.
Oh, Sean Tucker fumbles on the kickoff. There's a flag on the play as well. We'll see who recovered it. This is going to take forever. It's an absolute dog pile. Deion Jones is pointing like it's Bucs ball as if they have any idea. Payne Durham pointing like the Bucs have it. So is Izzian. So is every Bucs player. Thomas McGahee saying, please recover at Tampa Bay.
They're still down there fighting. It's one of the longest ones I've seen down there in the pile.
Bucs offense is walking on, so. Diesel says, when it rains, it pours, hashtag Tampa. And yeah, it is pouring. Oh, a little bit of a fight in the middle.
Yeah, Devin
A lot of pushing and shoving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even see everyone who's involved. Plus, there's a penalty on the play. Let's get to that.
Illegal block in the back.
Even worse.
Josh Hayes.
Special teams guru, special teams ace, Josh Hayes. Signbar Sports says, premium ball security, K-Lear 2, lucky. All right, 10:44 to go. Bucs beginning with a run, and that run will go for TFL.
Bucky Irvin just got hit by a freight train as soon as he got the football. There was no chance for him to do anything.
So interesting. They pulled Mike Jordan and Tristan Wirfs from the left to the right side. Jordan, I believe, was supposed to get Umana Maley, but just wasn't able to get there quick enough. And it is tougher. I'm not making an excuse for Mike Jordan, but tougher as well with the slick grass due to the rain. Bucs running on second down. Oh, yeah. Third and long coming up.
There's no Sterling Shepard in the game, so they can't throw the screen pass to Sterling Shepard on 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
Here we go, though.
Yeah, no screens yet for the Bucs. I'm okay with that, though. Like, feel free to mix in a screen, but I like that they haven't yet. Watch now, I'll throw one on this play. Baker in shotgun with Rachaad White next to him. Panthers only bring 4 to wow, it's a screen to Rachaad White.
Yeah, there we go.
And he gets enough. Good call. Josh Grizzard gives the Bucs a first down with Rachaad White going far enough. Jane Daniels is going to love that next season.
Yeah. Talked about that last week. Probably the last game for Rachaad White in Tampa. It's the last ride, like he said in the beginning of the season. Good push up there by Barton as well in that play.
Yes. Yeah, the Bucs have an athletic offensive line, so definitely helps in these situations. Now it's a run for Bucky, and he goes nowhere.
That rain hasn't cooled down for a single second. This rain, it feels like it's heavier now, it looks like, than before.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy that Rachaad White had water poured on his head like coming out of a water bottle.
All that.
It's wild, but that's how it is.
Illumatic says run a bleep and play action here. I agree.
Yeah, like they can't play scared just because Baker threw an interception.
Yeah.
Little pony package, a swing pass to Rachaad White. High throw by Baker, but Rachaad White making some moves. Yeah, kind of got bopped on that play. Looks a little shaken up. $7:31 to go in the second quarter. Bucs lead 10-7.
He's getting more water poured onto his head.
Yeah,
There's enough rain.
It's just crazy. But hey, if it works for him.
Yep. 3rd and 3.
What do you do here? Panthers bring a blitz. Baker rolls out, pump fakes, beats the defender. He's going to get a first down and then slide. Nice job by Baker Mayfield. Great move on the pump fake and gets more than enough for the first down. Something fun, too, about like when it is poor conditions like this, when everyone slides, they go for like another 10 yards just based on the wetness. But I don't know, this silly thing. Sean Tucker's in the game. Hey, look at that. Watch him break one. Tess Johnson, too. Oh, Sean Tucker. I don't think that could be more of an opposite of breaking one. Gets tackled by Baker Mayfield on the play.
He just got clotheslined by his QB1. I know he just got bumped into. Slip and slide.
Tweeting that out. Baker should get credited with a tackle on that Sean Tucker.
Former Panther helping out his team, his former team.
Yeah.
2nd and 14 now. They're going to stick with Sean Tucker.
Oh, Baker just loses the ball. Oh, my God.
This drive is ugly. I mean,
Some
of course.
absolute recklessness with the ball. There's an injured Panther down.
Baker just goes to pass it, just comes right out of his hands.
Man. Yeah, we'll see how this game unfolds. I mean, I'm not sure if the forecast is supposed to be more rain or whatever the case is, but ball security is obviously very important. The only score Carolina has came or was set up from that turnover by Baker Mayfield. So got to be smart about it. Yeah, that Saints game got rainy. Some tough weather games over the last 2 months for Tampa Bay. They're in 15, not easy to get out of, especially when you're losing the ball in the backfield. They're going to get conservative with a run by Rachaad White. Not enough for the first down. Tampa Bay will punt.
Yeah, they have this Deskazard throwing up the white flag on that drive.
I get it. I mean,
it was so ugly.
So much chaos. Baker tackling Sean Tucker didn't help. That's like the 4th straight camera close-up on Rachaad White. I like Rachaad White, don't get me wrong, but like all they've done is show him up close.
Rachaad White, yep.
Riley Dixon gets the punt and nearly blocked. Boots it away, though. Nice tackle. I believe that's Gray. Yep. Todd Bowles mentioned him when talking about, hey, well, we brought in Gray. That's all we can do for special teams coverage. By the way, we have a $9.99 super chat from Steven Zool. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can find what your comment was after that. Might take just a moment. Steven Zool. Not seeing another one, but thank you, Steven Zool. I'm sure you'll comment again. We'll get to your comment in that return, but thank you very much. K-Lear2 says defense gotta make a play. Keist85, Baker likes to kill momentum. I mean, who knows whose fault it was on the Sean Tucker run? Could have been Tucker going the wrong way. Could have been Baker. But obviously the second play is on him.
Yeah, the interception that led to Carolina's touchdown was on him as well. Just didn't see the inside linebacker. Cecil D.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
58 says Grizz is definitely using Byron Leftwich as his old playbook. It's just it's so
that
rainy,
is somewhere in the
it's just sloppy.
facilities.
Yeah.
Steven Zool with this comment says White has whiplash from that screen pass. That's why he's having water poured on his head. Could be. James Ho says, can we fire Bowles at halftime? Nope. Not going to happen.
Bucs guy says, I miss you, Liam.
Yeah, a lot of Bucs fans do.
Yep.
I mean, he has a chance to win Coach of the Year. Guys 85 with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Says Baker isn't like Favre because Favre won a Super Bowl. And Favre made like way better plays than Baker as well and won several MVPs. He's Brett Favre light. I think that's fair to say.
I think last year he was more of a gunslinger. This year he's not really a gunslinger. I don't know what you can categorize him as.
Yeah.
Dual threat, but last year he was the gunslinger. He had 41 touchdowns last year. The interceptions were high, tied for most in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was a gunslinger. He was Brett Favre last year. This year, not so much.
Bryce Young lines up under center, going to hand it off with Dowdle. Logan Hall with a nice play. Yaya Diaby cleans it up as well.
Jesse Presto says Timu Favre.
4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Bucs clinging to a 10-7 lead. They jumped out 10-0 before Baker's INT.
A lot of talking for Bryce Young on the line. Play clock down.
Winfield up at the line of scrimmage as well. Now he drops back because they're going to blitz Izzy and off the side. Can't get to Young. Young's going to scramble. Then he fires down the field. Hits an open Teteroa McMillan.
Yeah, Izzy didn't get to Young, but look at the effort, the hustle. Just didn't quit. Fortunately, didn't get to the quarterback, of course, but I like to see those high-effort plays.
Yeah, just beat Parrish. Went all the way across the field. But yeah, Blitz couldn't get home. Play action for Carolina. Young down the field, hits a wide open receiver. I mean, wide open.
Jimmy Horn Jr., yeah, there's nobody around him. Busted coverage, there's nobody really covering him. Antoine Winfield Jr. was in the area, but that wasn't his assignment. Or at least he didn't know it was his assignment when he came behind him. Easy first down.
Pitch and catch for Bryce Young.
Yep.
Keita Villain says, what the F are we doing? Trying to figure that out, too. Daddle with a run, picks up about 6 yards. And that'll take it to the 2-minute warning. So Carolina looking to tie this game up and maybe even take the lead, because we all know what happened with 12 seconds to go in the second quarter last time these teams met in that game in Carolina. Another Rachaad White close-up.
What? That's number 5? What is that?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, drink every time they show Rachaad White with a Okay. Scratched Scuffed says, "Who are we hiring?" You know, we had a Pewter Insider on Friday where we talked about potential head coaching candidates. So, if Todd Bowles does get fired, we will talk about it on the podcast. But if you wanted a sneak peek at what we were going to talk about, it's a great time to become either a Pewter Platinum or Premier member. So, that was a great show to start out 2026. By the way, Happy New Year to everybody watching. I haven't said that yet, but we're 3 days into the new year, and hope everyone's been enjoying it. Dice 85 says, Baker is way too reckless. Let's get to a couple more. Keita Villain says fireballs in 7. I don't get the 7 part. Steven Zool says 3 plays, 3 busted coverages. Yeah, almost every single time. The Real Maverick says anyone. I think that's in response to who the Bucs should hire. That's fine. Richard Taroka says, I purposely tell people Happy New Year in mid-February. Well, if you're a fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David says that today is the last day that you can wish someone a Happy New Year's. You got 3 days to wish someone Happy New Year, and then it's too late. And I kind of agree with him. Maybe 5 days. Maybe a whole week, but yeah.
Yeah, you give it the first week.
Yeah, I think the first week is fair. Aviation says it's the Jimmy and Joes, not the X's and O's. I don't know. I mean, the Bucs have a lot of talent, and I also think when you have players that are injured, and the Bucs are healthier than they've been all season long, when you have guys that are injured, that's when it's on coaching to truly get the best out of your players and come up with schemes and game plans and points of attack against whoever you're going against that week. That's where the coaching needs to be stepped up. I mean, the 49ers, I know they lost to the Bucs, but the 49ers got through half of the season with Mac Jones at their quarterback and not Brock Purdy. The Lions last year had a ton of injuries and won 15 games. I know they went out early in the postseason, but you can't just say, oh, well, this guy's injured, therefore we have no chance to win. That's just not how it works. Good blitz by Tampa Bay. That's what they need more of as well. Not just sending a blitz, sending the house. Don't be afraid to send the house.
Yeah, last week, Bryce Young, when they were going up against the Seahawks, he threw for 54 total yards, of course. Didn't have a completion over 10 yards. And Ted McMillan was saying after the game that they were surprised that the Seahawks played so much man defense. They weren't expecting that. And they didn't really had no answer for it. So if I was Todd Bowles knowing that, I would have gone man heavy today's game, and they still have the opportunity to do so. It looks like they're going to play man right now. And blitz heavy as well.
3rd and 6. Young throwing. Looks like it's picked. It is picked. Jacob Parrish playing outside corner because of the injured Jamel Dean, and he makes a huge play for Tampa Bay with 1:51 to go in the second quarter. What a play by the rookie. Gets his second career interception and his second of the season. Well done by Jacob Parrish. So Bucs will have a chance to add to their lead with 1:51 to go.
I like the comment here by Carl G. It says Parrish is the future. I like Parrish a lot. And I was a little bit nervous with that matchup. You have the 6'5" McMillan, and then you have Parrish. I don't remember his size, but he's of course smaller than the Todd Bowles traditional cornerback. But size wasn't a factor right there. Parrish is making a really good play. Good stuff from him. Parrish is the future. Whether he's at nickel or outside corner, he has so much versatility. Yeah. That's something they talked about the moment they drafted him, that he's a guy you could put him inside or outside. He could still be productive.
Yeah, I'm not giving up on Benjamin Morrison either. I still think he's got a bright future. Just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Want to get to this super chat as well. Thank you to David Weber for the $4.99 super chat, who says, every second quarter has looked the same for the last 8 weeks, Groundhog Day. In fairness, this comment came before the Jacob Parrish interception. But, yeah. Much needed interception. Been a while since the Bucs have created a turnover, so. Scratch Scuff says, Parrish will be great with a new, competent defensive coordinator. Jordan Peters says, I screamed so loud. I screamed so loud out that neighbors checked on me.
The defense finally gives you something to be excited about.
Yeah. Hewitt Grant, thanks for the $5 super chat, says defense shows up again. Not perfect, but they held all game until Baker swung the momentum, yet we blame defense more than offense. Defense has been an issue for the majority of the season, but to your point, like they only allowed 3 points to Miami in the second half, and a lot of that was the bad kick return. And today, only 7 points, and that came off the Baker interception. So the defense played well these last 4 quarters, the second half against Miami, and then today's game as well. Bucs started with a run. Bucky Irving gets about 7 yards, I'll say.
Yeah, the defenses look ugly, of course, at times. But if you hold the Panthers week 16 to 20 points, and last week Miami to 23 points, that's pretty good in today's NFL. Your offense should be able to score more than 20, in the week 16 game, or 23 points last week. The defense has looked ugly, but these last 2 weeks, the offense has underperformed it quite a bit. Maybe even longer.
Peters with a $2 super chat says, met our neighbors. I live in North Carolina for reference. Cool. What part? I was in Asheville.
Cool.
This morning. I flew back to Tampa today, but I was in Asheville the past couple of days. There were some Panthers fans on the flight. They looked like they were going to the game. Another run by Tampa Bay. Not too aggressive. Looks like they're kind of playing for halftime.
Yeah, they still have 3 timeouts here. Clock keeps ticking. 3rd and 5.
They do have all 3 timeouts, but I don't know. I mean, you got a chance to make it a 2-possession game, or
no urgency.
Chance to force Carolina to score a touchdown, and they're just not doing so. Baker's stepping up. He's going to have to scramble. Trying to scramble again. Just gets it away to Otten. Get out of bounds. I think they're going to keep the clock running. That kind of looked like, I don't know if anyone watched the Georgia Ole Miss game, but the Georgia quarterback, Gunnar Stockton, continuously waited until the last second and got drilled 1,000 times, but then got rid of the ball. Yeah, he's well past the line of scrimmage. That's not a penalty. Baker extending the play. Getting the Bucs in the field goal range. And the fact that Odd got out of bounds, they were able to not have to call a timeout. Now, Carolina will.
I get it. They have 3 timeouts, but I just felt like they wasted too much time. I feel like 20 seconds were wasted.
Yeah.
On that last play. You can make it work, though. You got 3 timeouts, 18 seconds. Yeah. James Ho, 82, 58, 6 clock management skills of Bowles, man. I don't know if that's more on Bowles or Brazard there, but.
That's it. Bowles that fired the in-game manager. No, he didn't, but maybe. I don't know. Who knows what Zach Beislein's saying to him. Yeah, I mean, you wish they had 30 seconds here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to think. Say they completed over the middle, even if it's for 15 yards, you're going to have probably 10 seconds. Oh, you cowards. They run it with Bucky. Oh, yeah, they're just playing for the field goal. Don't love that. You had a minute 51.
I don't like that. You got to play to win.
Minute 51. Who knows? Maybe they'll score a touchdown on this play, but.
I mean, sometimes I think like a 12-year-old kid on Madden would have better game management than Todd Bowles. Playing for the
I don't know. They look scared on this drive. And Carolina does get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Jesse Presso says, prevent offense. That's basically what they're playing here. Playing scared.
Yeah, they sure are. 2nd and 3. Bucs have 2 timeouts. I bet they run it again. Yep.
They run it
with Bucky. 1st down. Timeout.
Horrible. You got to win. I take your shots down the field instead of just running up the middle. You got all your all your receivers are healthy again. I know it's raining, but I mean, just play aggressive. This is weak.
Listen,
You're submitting.
if it was 13-7 right now, I would be fine with this because you're making it a 2-possession game. The way that the weather is, that might be all what it takes. You're still making it a 1-possession game. Yes, Carolina does have to score a touchdown if they get the field goal, which is not a guarantee. I don't know.
No, they wasted way too much time and are now just running up the middle.
Wonder what they'll do here. I can see them doing play action on this one. Nope. Scared again.
Right up the middle out of shotgun to Bucky Irving.
Don't love it. Scared football.
The fans are saying, or the people here are saying the fans are booing.
Are they?
We don't have the audio, but I'm sure.
Yeah, deserved boo.
Yep. I mean, the last drive too was 3rd and 15. They didn't even try to take this shot. They just handed it off to Rachaad White right up the middle, threw the white flag up. Here again, basically just being okay with the field goal instead of taking your shots down the field. And then you could have settled for the field goal. Because if you don't make it, you're still around the same area.
You had 1:51, and you just kept running it.
Playing scared. Nah, I don't like that.
36-yard attempt is up, and it is good by Chase McLaughlin. But wait, there's a flag.
But wait.
And it's on the Panthers. What does it matter at this point? So it will be 13-7 Tampa Bay. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Not enough time for Carolina.
Are they playing scared because they think Baker's going to turn it over? I don't understand that.
If that's the case, then bring in a whole new offense.
Exactly.
Chris Fowler, busy guy, was doing the Rose Bowl coverage New Year's Day. I guess he had like a day to travel, but yeah, not calling this. Yeah, we're gonna get to a lot of comments. Understand the frustration. Daniel and I both disagree with the clock management by Tampa Bay. It's one thing if you get stopped and you're forced to kick a field goal, but not with this situation.
Watch a kickoff return for a touchdown here, make it 14-13. Something wild.
Oh, man.
No, it's not going to happen. Hopefully not. But.
Yeah, this is the one time Bowles goes, you know what? Let's try to
Yep.
cover the kick. McLaughlin boots it. So Carolina presumably, I think, will take a knee.
Yeah, Canales taking off the headset probably. Yeah, you're correct.
Yep, taking a knee. So that'll be it for the first half. Bucs have a lead, though. Haven't done that too much. All right. Halftime. By the way, a reminder for everybody, we will have a Pewter post-game podcast coming up after this Bucs game, whether they win, whether they lose, or tie. It'll be myself and Scott Reynolds. Scott is live at Raymond James Stadium, so he'll be up in one of the booths as we react to everything for Bucs versus Panthers and see what's next for this group. That'll be coming up a little bit after we hear from Todd Bowles and Baker. A little bit later with Scott being at Raymond James Stadium because you got to get to the elevator, find a spot, get situated and everything like that. So depending on when this game ends, it'll probably be around anywhere from 8:20 to 8:45, something like that. But we'll keep everybody notified on social media of when you're going live for that game. By the way, Daniel, tell everyone about the Fear the Bay podcast, how they can watch it, and what your show is all about.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have my own Buccaneers podcast as well. Post weekly. Let's see how far this season goes if it ends here today. But there definitely is going to be draft coverage. We have free agency as well. But Fear the Bay is where you guys can find me. Fear the Bay, and on X, of course, at DanielM_TB. And if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe here to Pewter Report. Let's continue to. We are 22K. Let's get to 23K. That Tyson Smith number there. But thank you, Matt, and thank you, Pewter people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everyone make sure you subscribe to Fear the Bake podcast and follow Daniel on social media as well. You can see his @ on the screen with his username. Wavosito, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says, we fixed the interception with 3 points. Let's relax, people. But it's how they got the 3 points. Like, if the Bucs got 2 first downs and then threw it 3 times and it was 3 incompletions, fine, you kick the field goal. But it was conservative, run the football. And yeah, they got a couple of first downs because Carolina was playing for the pass, but you killed so much time. So much time. Like they should have got that first down to throw from Baker to Otten. They had 18 seconds after that. Probably should have been double that. Probably around 36 seconds, maybe even 45 seconds. Then you can, even if you wanted to run it on that first play, you can still throw it a couple more times with way more time. And they just didn't do so.
Yeah, just scared offense. They were setting up the kick by Chase McLaughlin, but you could have taken your shots down the field. And if, like you said, if those end up falling incomplete, and you risk, of course, those balls potentially being intercepted, getting a turnover there. But I mean, I play aggressive. You have to win this game. Play aggressive. Take your shots down the field, and if they don't work, you kick the field goal. But they were just playing scared. I didn't like that. Way too much time, as you mentioned, wasted. I don't like it. Like the comments were saying, I think it was a real Mavericks. Can't remember who it was, but prevent offense. That's basically what they were playing.
Yeah.
Too scared. Playing scared is not going to win you games.
A couple of super chats I missed. Dice85, thanks for the $2, says, how early do we draft an interior offensive line? Probably not that early. Todd Bowles loves finding offensive linemen on day 3. He has drafted guys early. I mean, Graham Barden was a first-round pick. Cody Mauch, Luke Gedeke were second-round picks. So he does draft guys early, but, he also found Ben Chukwuma, who I know is not an interior offensive lineman. But if you have a healthy Ben Brandison and Cody Mauch, you have your offensive line. So I don't think with all of the issues on defense and needing help at tight end, I don't think they go interior offensive lineman early in this draft. However, Todd Bowles loves drafting offensive linemen. And if there's one that catches his eye, I don't think he would be too afraid to pull the trigger. He wouldn't be like the Bucs offense. Kings are awful. Thank you for this $2 super chat. Says Bowles definitely fire the in-game manager. Got to that one. Eddie 9707. Thanks for this $2. Says, why so damn conservative? Shaking my head. Classic Bowles. I think they just ran that offense the way an old school defensive minded head coach goes. We're going to preserve the ball and our defense is going to stop them. And that's how we're going to win the game.
We're not going to risk the turnover. We're going to run it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that's the right way to look at it. Kings are awful. Thank you for this $2 super chat. Says this 1,000% is Bowles hijacking, not Grizzard. It could be. This could have been the directive by Todd Bowles for that drive specifically, saying, hey, we want to run the football. And, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. Like, I have a feeling, too, and Josh Grizzard got grilled on Christmas Eve about why did you run it so much? How come you didn't throw it? And Grizzard handled it very well. But at the same time, I think he was answering questions just not wanting to throw Todd Bowles under the bus because it's a bad look for him as well if he throws Bowles under the bus. But I truly believe Grizzard, the message sent to Josh Grizzard for that first game against Carolina is we are going to run the ball over and over and over. We're going to run it consistently. And because, it wasn't just Grizzard. It was Todd Bowles said, if you run it 30 times, the Panthers only have 2. They're 2 and 15, whatever.
2 and 15.
Bowles said it. Grizzard said it. Baker Mayfield said it. Tristan Wirfs said it. You had so many different people talking about it. That had to be a message from Todd Bowles. And unfortunately, Josh Broussard is the guy that everybody gets points at and blames for it. So, again, we don't know what that was just right there, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was Bowles again saying, hey, let's run it. And what else is Josh Broussard going to do? Say no? Unless all the players are fault, that's how it's going to go about.
But even if we isolate that Panthers game week 16, I have not been impressed by his play calling at all. It's not impressive whatsoever. I mean, last week, look at the offensive game plan of Mike McDaniel versus the offensive game plan of Josh Broussard. Mike McDaniel he had a lot less. Those guys were already eliminated. But just the offensive scheme, the eye candy, the motions, scheming guys open, making a 7th round rookie in his second start look effective, more effective than Baker Mayfield at times on the football field. I mean, last week we saw what a good play caller looks like in Mike McDaniel versus Josh Broussard. I'm just not impressed with him. If Bowles, if he's retained, if he doesn't retire, if he sticks around, I don't know if you move on from Josh Broussard. If you move on from him, you have to hit with this next offensive coordinator. I don't know. It's a tough situation to be in. Who's going to want to come in also as offensive coordinator, knowing that this might be it for Todd Bowles also? I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Do you trust Josh Broussard enough to see if he can develop in his second year to become a better play caller that he learned, from this first season? He's going to make it better. I don't know. I have not been impressed whatsoever by Josh Broussard. Dave Canales, to me, was overrated. He had a very simple offense, but at least it was more effective than this offense overall.
Yeah, no, it was working. By the way, got some super chats. DB Luz guy says, Grossi raid, much love. Yeah, seeing a lot of Grossies in the chat. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Michael Evans says, Tom Grossi raid as well. Have no idea what that means, but yeah.
I gotta admit, me also. Me as well.
Yeah. Let's see. Just Fitz says, not all but a fish rots from the head. Daniel Gomez says, one thing is confirmed. Broussard is not getting a head coach call this year. No, he is not. Definitely not.
I see here, Tom Grossi. I've actually seen some of your work here before. I think he was a teacher. Then he started creating content for the Pewter people. If you guys haven't done so already, you can go over to Tom Grossi, his YouTube channel, and go subscribe to him. But thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for the support. If you want to join the comments, go for it. Ben Bennett says, how far away is Levante from Brooks' all-time tackle record? Yeah, he was close going into the game. I'm sure Bailey Adams probably had that covered with the Bucs record watch. I'm pulling that up right now. Let's see. Baker, Mike Evans, Mecca Buka, Tess Johnson, Vita Vea, Levante. David needs one more takeaway to reach 35 for his career, which would put him in a group with Pro Football Hall of Famers Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher as the only players since at least 1982 with 40-plus sacks, 35-plus takeaways. David also needs one. Okay, David is 7 tackles away, moving into 6 all-time in tackles recorded by Stats Pass, which dates back to 1994. In doing so, he would pass Derek Brooks at 1,714 and become the Bucs' all-time leading tackler per Stats Pass record. So he's 7 away. Looking at the stats right now.
Right now he has 2.
He has 2. So needs a big second half. Don't know if he's going to get that, but something to definitely pay attention to. Got a $2 super chat from Geist85 who says, Tom Grossi is some clown Packers fan. All right. That's how you feel. Josh Weiss, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Says, any thoughts on Mike LaFleur as head coach next year? Fit. So he's an interesting case. He has play calling experience as the Jets offensive coordinator and didn't have a lot of talent around him. So don't really blame him for the faults. he did a solid job. The problem is the Johnsons wanted him fired, so Robert Saleh had to fire him. He does have play calling experience, and now he's been with the Rams as their offensive coordinator, but not calling the plays there. He comes from a coaching family. His brother is the head coach of the Packers. I wouldn't hate the consideration. I think it's something that they have to look into. I would be all right with it. By the way, let's look at all the stats from this game. Baker is 10 of 15 for 130 yards. He has 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He's been sacked 1 time. Bucky Irving, a solid game on the ground. 14 attempts for 49 yards. That's an average of 3.5. Baker has 3 for 28. Rashad White, 4 for 11. Tez Johnson, 1 for 5. And Sean Tucker, 2 for -6. Who would have thought Cade Otton leading the Bucs with 4 catches for 54 yards? Mike Evans is second, 2 for 34. Rashad White, 2 for 18. Bucky Irving, 1 for 13. Jalen McMillan, 1 for 11. As we talked about before, Levante David has 2 tackles. He's tied with several Bucs players: Yaya, Hassan Reddick, Antoine Winfield Jr., Tyke Smith, all with 2 tackles as well. And, of course, Jacob Parrish with the big play, recording the interception. For Carolina, Bryce Young, 7-11, 75 yards, a touchdown and an interception. He has not been sacked. Tet McMillan leads 2 for 25 yards, receiving. Rico Dowdle, 5 for 6. So nothing on the ground for Carolina. Not really a lot of stats in this game overall. Nick Scott, 1 for 20. Tommy Tremble, 1 for 8. So, yeah, not too much going on for Carolina in the receiving game. And then tackling-wise, Derek Brown having a heck of a game, dominating 7 tackles. Nick Scott with 6. So those are your stats. We got...
I think Rico Dowdle, needs 1 more rushing yard, to get like $1 million incentive, some big incentive. So he's going to be fighting hard for that 1 yard throughout the remainder of this game here.
We got a $5 super chat from Andrew. I think it was $5 super chat. Says, been less conservative most of the year. Maybe this one works out and try something. Well, you're playing a risky game because you're putting the game in the hands of the Bucs defense. And that I don't think you want to do. But we'll see how it plays out as we're about to begin the 3rd quarter. Bucs will kick off to Carolina. Sashley says, final 30 minutes in the Bowls era. If they lose this game, it could be. Dashmo says, Bowles gave a clear eyes, full heart, can't lose speech at halftime.
Yeah, I've been feeling lately, like I wouldn't be surprised if he retired soon. I think that actually saves his face. I think that's how it would work, where... Because if you get fired, that's a stain on your, he's already been fired from New York before, but just a good way to part. Say he retired, he does retire. He has a son, Troy, who plays for Michigan. He's a linebacker for them. You'll get to see him, play.
Yeah.
I think retirement is likely also here for Todd Bowles. But I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be really interesting after this game if the Buccaneers lose in these next few days.
HB Living, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says Buka needs 70 yards for 1K. Grizz and Bowles not having it. Lucky for Baker. Get 70 more yards passing if we are ahead. Yeah, I guess that's another way to look at it. And by the way, Levante David did make a tackle in the last play, so he needs 4 more tackles for the rest of this game. It looks like Rico Dowdle did. Yeah, he got that incentive.
There you go. That's $1.25 million.
We have a $1.99 super chat from Virgin Boys. Thank you. Says game to go to the playoffs and the seats are empty. LOL. Well, it just shows how fans feel about the Bucs and probably about Todd Bowles, and also the fact that it's pouring rain. So I don't blame them. I mean, it's horrible weather. looks like the rain did stop, though. 3rd and 2. Hey, the Bucs got to stop.
There we go. Well, that's how you
Easy
start
on
off.
the tackle. I don't even know if he caught that, but either way.
I think it hit the ground. Bobbles a bit. Oh, they're going for it here. 4th and 1.
Let's see. Oh, they are. Hubbard with the run. He's going to get it. Got about 2 yards. Just needed 1.
Well, that's Canales not playing scared. We saw what Todd Bowles and Josh Grizzard looked like before the end of the half playing scared. They're not playing scared.
That's right. Even after Bryce Young threw an interception.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers throwing on 1st down.
That's Elijah Roberts with the pressure.
Yeah. Remember, he made that play the first snap of the game, or defensive snap of the game, and then had the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Yeah.
I guess the receiver was close enough in the area. At first, I was thinking maybe it's intentional grounding because the ball didn't get to the line of scrimmage and he was in the pocket, but not to be called. Two seconds on the play clock. Bucs bring a blitz. Can't get home. Oh, he just steps right up. Hits Tet McMillan. And the Panthers are in business.
Way too easy. Yeah, it's Benjamin Morrison, the rookie.
Yeah, blitz doesn't get home either.
Nope.
He just stepped right in front of the blitz, too, which is crazy. $11:48 to go. Opening drive for the Panthers in the 3rd quarter. Antoine Winfield Jr. is on a blitz. It's a that pass was behind the line of scrimmage, but I guess they're calling it incomplete. Dowdle couldn't hold on to it.
We had a JPP sighting there also.
I would rather the Bucs stay aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
JPP?
JPP.
Yeah, it was a backwards pass. Bowles wanted to challenge it, but it looks like maybe there was that, what do they call it, like expedited review?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big loss. It's a huge break for the Bucs.
Yeah, it makes it 2nd and 16 here.
Yeah, big time. Bucs should get off the field. I know, 2nd down, but what am I saying? It's the Bucs defense. Do the Bucs stay aggressive? They drop back JPP and Chris Braswell, and it's an incomplete pass.
I like when the DB does nothing like Morrison there and then does like some
Right,
kind of
yeah. Acts like
some
they just
fun.
made the biggest play of their career. All right, 3rd and 16. Can Tampa Bay's defense make a stop? Five seconds to go on the play clock. Bucs don't bring a blitz. Young's got time, dumps it off underneath. Levante David with the tackle, getting close to that number. Trying to tie and break Derek Brooks. tackling record. So it'd be a Bucs record, and then move into the all-time list as well, which would be pretty cool. Carolina will attempt a field goal. Ryan Fitzgerald. Bit of a longer one, plus
54.
these conditions. Kick is up, and it is no good. Ooh, didn't even reach the back of the end zone. So, big time yikes. Big time yikes.
Any help Tampa can get, right? That's good for them. The rookie, he's been accurate for the most part. I believe he's 24 and 28 coming into this game. Misses that 54 one. Now, the field is slippery. It was raining, of course, but overall, good for Tampa.
Got a super chat to get to. Steven Zool, thank you for the $4.99, says, after the opening script is finished, so are the Bucs every game. It's been that routine for a little bit. They look great on their opening drive and then just can't do anything else after. But we'll see. New half, new adjustments, and pretty good field position, too. Let's see. Bucs fan says, at least we shut down the double dip. Haha. K-Lear 2 says, since the rain stopped, maybe the Bucs can be more aggressive. Yeah, hopefully. Two Wood Cinco Ocho says, that was a great drive by Levante. Yeah, making some tackles. S14 BST says, can't wait for another 3 runs. Yeah, I have a feeling we'll see a run on first down. That's what I don't want.
Cyber Service Sports says no good, reacting to the missed field goal. And then Just Fit says play action on first. And Wellesley also, I'm praying Grizzard calls for a play action deep pass downfield on first. We get a play action on first down. I think we just get a run up the middle. That's what I think. We'll hopefully get some play action. Jamison Jones, 24, have no faith in our offense now that the Panthers D has sunken in.
I mean, even here, a field goal makes it a 2-score game. So, you obviously want more touchdowns, but field goals would be enough in this game. The way that Carolina's offense is looking, I'm not saying the Bucs have been world beaters. I mean, they don't have a sack. But the only point scored by Carolina came on that interception.
Yeah, where they were set up at the 19-yard line.
Hey, it's another run on first down, but a solid run, about 4 yards for Bucky.
It's a little bit sad also when an offense becomes predictable, where the fans, we know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The defense definitely knows what's going to happen. Now, good run, but you got to change up the tendency sometimes.
Bucs almost at midfield. Baker will go under center once again. McMillan goes in motion. It's a play action. Panthers bring a blitz. They have good pressure. Baker's got to go down.
That's a safety, Morig. And Bucky Irvin, it's not his fault. He's just a smaller guy. He can't pass block there. Just gets beat.
Honestly, I just think it was good timing by Carolina. They blitzed right on the play action. Brown got good pressure.
But Bucky couldn't hold his own there. Got to hold on. Give the quarterback just a few more seconds.
It's tough when he's like faking the handoff first. But yeah, I mean, it's his job. So 3rd and 10.
I mean, but that with the
Kadon short of the yard marker. Oh man, what do you do? You got a Bucs team that's slowed down on offense. I think you got to go for it.
No risk it, no biscuit.
Yeah. You also got to hurry up and call the play. You got 15 seconds. Man, the Bucs suck on 4th down. They're 27th in the league. They're going to run it, aren't they? They're going to run it right into a brick wall. Oh, are they just trying to draw them off sides? You cowards. Boo.
Boo. We thought they were going to be aggressive.
Boo.
Nope. Todd Bowles being aggressive? What were we thinking?
Yeah.
Shows a lack of confidence in the offense, of course. All says 2 yards.
You're over midfield.
Yep. This game feels a little weird. It does feel kind of like the end of Todd Bowles here. I'm not calling for his job yet, but just playing too scared. I don't like it.
Good field position, but yeah, I mean, you just saw the Panthers go for it on 4th down. George Schneiderman says, elite cowardice. Slambarrow Sports says, can we fire Grizzard too? Well, if Todd Bowles gets fired, it's a 90% chance the new coach is bringing in their own their own guys. So by default, Grizzard will be fired as well.
And I've mentioned it earlier. If Bowles is retained, I mean, I would be fully okay with him moving on from Josh Grizzard.
Yeah,
I've not been impressed.
Jameson Jones says, positive side, our punt wasn't blocked. There you go. Spin zone. Bucs guy says, scared football. K. Lear 2 says, no creativity. Raging Brisket says, Bowles going down with his defense. Yeah, he is. You're not wrong about that. It just shows a lack of self-awareness for his team. Though they are playing well today, so I guess who am I to say?
I mean, they are winning technically here on the scoreboard, but this team, like the way they're playing, they can't. We talked about this last week. They couldn't go up against anybody in the playoffs and actually beat them. I mean, there's on offense all the issues, on defense all the issues, special teams as well.
David Dosher says, Bowles going down swinging. Pat Williams says, LOL Bowles. Matt Clark says, there's nothing wrong with playing field position. For sure, but that would have been disastrous if that was a touchback. I just think you're over midfield. It's a 4th and 2. You know what's a good advantage? Having the football, because you control the game that way. And that's 2 drives in a row where they just showed no aggressiveness. Now, the last drive was, at the end of the second quarter, but no aggressiveness at all.
And the last drive as well, Dave Canales went for it on 4th and 1. He kept this drive alive, played aggressive. Yeah, I agree with you, Patrick. I'm going to butcher your last name with Patrick. He says we need some coverage linebackers this offseason. I agree. HB living stubborn like Bulls.
Kings are awful. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Says Bulls showcasing in one game why he should be fired. Yeah, I mean, if the defense allows a big drive here, then everything comes crashing down. But when you're stopping the run like that, maybe it is time to trust your defense. Remember, only 3 points allowed in the second half by the Bucs when they played Miami, and just a touchdown allowed in this game, and that was with Carolina starting at the 20.
Empty set for Bryce Young. Maybe time for Yai Diaby or Son Reddick. Spin their ears back.
Somebody. Young slips, then he throws, hits a wide open Chuba Hubbard. Parrish will get the tackle. Bucs are trying to say it was incomplete. Not sure about that one. And a penalty on the play. Oh, penalty on Levante David. I think it was illegal use of hands to the face. I think that's what the ref said. Or illegal contact. Damn, how do you call that in Levante's last game? That's Levante David. That's a living legend.
You got to give him a pass this game.
Yeah.
Yep, St. Glaspin. The refs gave them the first down. Come on.
Panthers at the 11. Levante blitzes, can't get home. Tremble on the catch. Tremble with a first down.
Hey,
Yaya Diaby in coverage.
Yep.
Can't make the stop. Damn.
I mean, we saw it, last week or the week before, where Todd Bowles had JPP dropping back into coverage. He's 37 years old now.
It's too much. Yeah, I think the Panthers are scoring on this drive. Hopefully I'm wrong. Run with Chuba Hubbard. 5 yards. Oh, this drive is going to be death by 1,000 paper cuts. $6:20 to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 5 for Carolina. Bucs lead 13-7, but a touchdown would tie the game up and presumably give Carolina a lead if they are able to score. Another run. Damn. Tommy Tremble's helmet got knocked off. That was wild.
A little push and shoving him and Savasi Dennis.
Sorry, not Tremble. Well, Tremble, but not Tommy Tremble. Yikes. That was
Savasi Dennis fully yanked off his helmet.
Yeah.
No penalty.
That's an odd one, but...
All right.
Guess Bucs got away with it.
Just rip the guy's head off.
All right, big time 3rd and 2. Can the Bucs get off the field? They don't send pressure. Young doesn't have someone open. Now he does. It's Ted McMillan, now wearing gloves. Beat Benjamin Morrison on the play. Oh, he does the John Cena. You can't see
me. He loses a hand fight, gets shoved backwards, loses momentum. Rough day at the office for BMO.
Yeah, penalty on the play, though. Do the Bucs get a break?
They calling the push off here by
Oh.
Okay, they did. Was it inside the 5? Inside of 5 yards where they're allowed to hand fight?
Yeah. Okay, so 3rd and 12. Bucs need to stop here. Again, no blitz, no pressure. Good coverage, though. And Bryce Young throws it away. Bucs get a stop. Huge for Tampa Bay. That penalty was gigantic.
Nick, the trainer, he's excited. He says, "Rah!" Stan Glassman announcers are glazing the Panthers. I saw another comment saying they were pretty pro Panther, Carolina. Just
Yeah, I mean every fan thinks the national announcer is biased. So
Mhm.
Hewitt Grant says once again, defense holds. Yeah, defense, gotta give them credit. They're doing their job. Virgin Boy, $6.99 super chat says refs finally have the Bucs money line. Let's go.
Bucs fan says go deep to Ibuka.
Would like to get him involved. I don't believe he has a catch in the game.
2 targets, 0 receptions. Yep.
Congrats to him, though. He just got engaged
the
other day. So big congrats to Emeka Buka.
And our very own Adam Slavon also. Congrats.
Yeah, he did right before Christmas, a couple days before. So congrats to him as well. Steinbauer Sports says a field goal works. Wellesley Jr. says they running up the middle. We would be foolish to think otherwise. HB Living says NFL is all about the ratings. It is, but wouldn't that make more sense to have Carolina score them? I don't know. What do I know? Buccaneer Bryce says, wasted that 19th pick. We don't even throw to our shiny new toy. Grizz is lost. It is on how uninvolved Ibuka has been. And, like, I get it if it's for one game, like even last week when McMillan had a 100-yard game and Godwin had a 100-yard game. But this has been several weeks now, so it's kind of odd.
This would be a good offensive coordinator's dream. You have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin Jr., Emeka Buka. You can even have Tej Johnson in there, of course. You got Bucky Irving in the backfield. He just doesn't utilize these weapons in a way that convinces you that he is a good offensive coordinator. He is a good play caller. I mean, what's the excuse? He can't use injuries as an excuse anymore. I get the rain here today, but just every week the offensive game plan just doesn't feel like an NFL level, you know. And maybe we're just forward by Liam Cohen last year with the top 5 offense, but this is not a good offense overall.
Flame Pillar Diaz, thanks for the $1.99, says, I wish he'd stop putting our outside linebackers in coverage. Me too, man.
Yep.
Me too. They do it way too much, and it's never effective. Hasn't been effective in several seasons. All right, 4:30 to go. Bucs lead 13-7, have a chance to add to this lead. And they go play action. And they go to Emeka Ibuka. And he gets about 8 yards. All right.
First reception of the game comes in the third quarter with about 4 minutes to go.
Finally,
there he is.
Little Emeka Ibuka. A nice easy throw, pitch and catch.
He has a lot of talent. He'll clean up those drop passes.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Now the Bucs run it on second down. That's a first down. Yeah, run on first down, throw on second down. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
3:40 to go in this third quarter. Nobody scored in this second half. Panthers missed a field goal. It's really the only scoring opportunity. Bucs need to get points. They're going to run it with Bucky. 5 yards. Better performance from Bucky today than what we've seen in recent weeks. Feeding him a ton. He had 14 attempts in the first half. Let's see what he's at now. He's at only 17.
Hand off again to Bucky Irvin.
Yep. Can't get enough. Daniel Fisher says, just punt it here on third down.
All right, 3rd and 2.
Okay, what do you do? Run it again? They do. Oh, comes close. I think they got it.
Yeah, it's a first down.
Holding away the clock. Getting into field goal range from Money McLaughlin.
And they've been going with Sean Tucker in these short yardage situations, but there you got the smaller back, Bucky Irving, keeping him in the game. Gets the first down, nice hard run. But next year with the departure of Rachaad White, you're gonna be missing your pass blocking running back now. So that's a need. Unless Sean Tucker can turn into that. No, he's a restricted free agent.
Oh, Baker avoids 1 sack. Got to get rid of it. Throws down the field. Otten falls. Looks like there's a flag. Great play by Baker Mayfield. Extending the play, avoiding the sack. Dave Canales ain't happy, but it's a pass interference on Carolina. And the Bucs are in field goal range. Looks like their feet got caught up, but hey, I ain't gonna complain. Little handoff there, Sean Tucker. Oh, man, rough game for Sean Tucker.
Yeah.
Rough game for Sean Tucker.
That's 3 carries for -7 for him now.
Yeah. Watch, he's going to end up scoring a touchdown. His line's going to be like 5 carries, -4 yards, and a touchdown.
And touchdown.
The ultimate stat line. 2nd and 11. See how aggressive the Bucs stay. And it's a run with Sean Tucker. He gets positive yards. Hey. Of course, the Bucs are like right on the cusp of field goal range.
Baker looking a little bit upset.
I'd be upset too. This offense stinks.
Yep.
Capo Jan says the crowd is booing. I get it. They're playing super conservative. And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Bucs lead 13-7. We are going to the 4th quarter. Can the Bucs hang on and win this game and keep their season alive? And since it's the 4th quarter, put your 4s up, Pewter people. I want to see them in the chats. Might be the last 4s that we're doing for this regular season based on what happens in this 4th quarter and the Falcons Saints game tomorrow. So put them up. Let's get to them in the comments. Saw someone put up the 4s right beforehand, but Mark of the Wise with the 4. Steven Zool, Pico Wainwright, the real Maverick.
Daniel Gomez here. Steven Stein Sports.
JB Easy, that's who I was looking for. I said, put your 4s up. Oh, now they're going so fast. Yeah, Daniel Gomez. Noble Knoll. Sean Stan Hope. Atlanta Low Country Pirate. HB Livin. Desert Dog. 2K. Chris Peach. Diesel. Stan Glassman. Marcus Wilder. Moss Cookie. Everett Blanchard. Shout out to each and every
Same
one.
last year in
Easy
Carolina,
says,
33.
Two Wood Cinco Ocho. Keita Villain says, go Saints. Already predicting a Bucs win. Let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. Richard Taroka says, deuce, deuce. Add that up. That's 4. Wellesley says, upside down 4 with how the season has been. Chris Hobson with a 4. Raythel Gordon. Good to hear from you, Raythel Gordon. Still got my pens on my desk. Can't thank you enough for that. Two Wood Cinco Ocho says, screen incoming. I bet my life on it, LOL.
Kid DeVillen says, go Saints tomorrow. If the Buccaneers win here, all Buccaneers fans have to be Saints fans, unless you really want Bulls, out, that you want the team to lose. But, yeah, New Orleans needs to defeat Atlanta for the Buccaneers to advance to the postseason if they win here today.
Eric 8WF, thank you for the $1.99 super chat, says the final score 14-13. That would be a backbreaker, a heartbreaker, everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 3rd and 8, 15 minutes to go. Bucs right on the cusp of field goal range, probably in field goal territory for Chase Money McLaughlin, but they got to make a play here. Baker running around. He's going to scramble, runs into Mike Jordan, gets a yard. Tristan Wirfs pushes him a little bit forward. So once again, crucial field goal for Chase Money McLaughlin because it will make it a 2-score game. So very important.
Huge kick here. He's 2 for 2 today. Longest of 36. This is much longer, 48 yards. Again, would make it a 16-7 ball game.
48-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. Money McLaughlin, baby. Huge field goal.
I like this comment here by Z Sinsign. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but Chase McLaughlin, 2025, 2026 Bucs MVP. Remember, it didn't start off that way. He started off a bit rough. He was missing some kicks early on, but he rebounded, and then he's Chase Money McLaughlin all over again here.
16-7.
S14 BST says the offense is going to make me fall asleep.
Justin Fitz, Dungy Ball, Part 2.
Yep.
Felix Schmidt, not optimistic, says final score 17-16. Hey, they blew it big against Atlanta a couple weeks ago. Dan Williams says another run, pass, predictable play calling. Bill Daly says offense is too conservative. Richard Taroka, 100% MVP McLaughlin. Has to be.
Matt, who would be your offensive MVP or your defensive MVP for the season?
Oh, man. Defensive MVP. I'm still going to say Jamel Dean. 3 interceptions, a pick 6. A lot of injuries. Offensively, that's a tough one. Offensively.
That's it's even tough for me. I asked the question. I don't know on the offensive side. What do you guys think in the comments?
I kind of think, honestly, like Tristan Wirfs coming back from injury, playing at a high level. I think it's Wirfs. I mean, it's not Baker. Abuka's cooled off a ton.
Mm-hmm.
Bucky hasn't been around enough. Sean Tucker's had like 2 really good games. Is that enough to give him the MVP? I think it's Tristan Wirfs.
No,
but how about you? What about the defensive side?
Tyke Smith. I see a lot of fans also supporting here.
A lot of Tyke's definitely. Tyke's definitely in the running, no doubt about that.
He had a rough game last week against the Dolphins, but overall, yeah, Tyke would be my defensive MVP. And then obviously, if we had one for the whole team, it'd be Chase Money McLaughlin. Just rebounded. He had a few rough weeks. But the Buccaneers, they remained confident in him. Didn't bring anybody in for a workout. They stayed loyal to Chase, and it paid off.
Wellesley says Rashad has been the only consistent player on offense. That's true, too. Flacco says Baker carried for 8 weeks. Your recency bias is showing. So because he was good in September and October, that should get him the MVP? I think it's a full season long thing.
Yeah, it just can't be a small sample size. Now, 8 weeks is not too small, but that's half of a season. The second half of the season, I mean, you look at the interceptions he's had over the last few weeks, even an interception today. He hasn't been playing like the MVP level Baker. It's kind of been more like the Cleveland Baker at times. I think it's a really good thing. We've talked about this before also, that he's under contract next year. You still have one more year to see what Baker Mayfield can provide for you before you decide to give him that big money contract. Short pass here and completion to Coker. Yep, Stan Glasson says White a Commander next year. Yep. He's gone.
Rick Dolfo, do we have a sack? No. No, they do not. Little screen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Rico Daddle all the way up the field. Levante David makes a tackle, so that's nice. Boy, oh boy. Carolina making it a game. Kalijah Cansey missed the tackle.
And that puts Levante at 6 tackles now. He needs one more. Well, he has 5 solo tackles. So I don't know if they're calling it combined tackles or just solo tackles.
Right, yeah. It's always a little iffy.
Mm-hmm.
Leggett with the reception goes out of bounds. About a 5-yard gain. HB Livin says, here we go. Get your heart medicine out.
Cardiac Bucs time.
It is. Second and 5 for Carolina. 12:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Season on the line for Tampa Bay. Young making calls. Got 5 seconds on the play clock. Fakes the handoff. Bucs bring a blitz. Young overthrows Horn Jr. on the play and make it 3rd and 5.
Nice blitz by Savasi. Dennis, I'm still on the fence next year whether I feel confident with him as a starter at the inside linebacker position. But he's turned things around a bit. Hasn't had a great season, but he's bounced back from the early struggles since week 1, that Atlanta game. Where he was
okay,
put
so
on the
Levante has tied Derek Brooks with that most recent tackle.
There we go.
Young looking. It's a wide open Leggett, and that's a first down.
Leggett took a big hit to the leg. He's going to stay. It looks like he's bouncing off of. Tyke Smith laid a big one to the lower body. But he got the completion, first down.
Yes, he did. First and 10 for
Late
Carolina.
clock ticking.
Gotta hurry. They went with a flea flicker. It's fumbled. And it's going to be recovered by the Bucs. A terrible mistake by Carolina and a terrible mistake by Bryce Young. Didn't hold on to the ball. Tampa Bay's ball. What an awful mistake by Rico Dowdle.
They were moving that ball down the field. But it's over now. Buccaneers offense gets the ball back. Todd Bowles was happy. That's a man who's fighting for his job, possibly.
Did Levante recover it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that was a Levante David fumble recovery.
Yeah. Very fitting in what could be Levante David's last game. He gets a fumble recovery.
Wellesley says LVD got it.
Yeah,
Bucs fan says, yes, sir, LVD.
Levante making history. Yeah. LVD, 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 says Miguel Ramirez. We got a woo from Nico the trainer. I got a super chat as well, I believe I missed. C-Rod, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, best thing for the team and its fans is for Bucs to lose this game and Glazers to clean house. I fear that Glazers will keep Bowles if they make the playoffs. Yeah, probably will. But who knows?
And going back to Levante David, this might be his last game. I remember as a kid, his first game as a rookie was against the New York Jets and Geno Smith.
I remember that one.
At the end of the game, he pushes, the unnecessary roughness penalty at the end. I was so mad as a kid on Levante David, but he's turned into, obviously, hopefully a future Hall of Famer at the linebacker position. Definitely should be in the Ring of Honor, all-time great Buccaneer. But just I remember being so angry at him as a kid that first game because the Buccaneers lost because of that late penalty. But, man, he's a great player. He's definitely took a step backwards in terms of overall play and production, of course, this year if you're being objective. But still, when you look at his whole summary of his play over the last, 14, 15 years, it's been tremendous. Since 2012. All-time Buccaneers great. And the Buccaneers now have to find who is that next all-time Buccaneers great at the linebacker position. Derek Brooks, then Levante David. They were going to draft Jack Campbell, who went to Detroit a few years ago. He went to Detroit. They decided to go with Kalijah Kancey. But maybe a Sonny Styles. Maybe, there's a few guys, C.J. Allen, Jacob Rodriguez, of course. Who's that next great Buccaneers linebacker? Maybe they go free agency.
Yeah, Levante David, with that fumble recovery, joins Ray Lewis and Brian Urlacher as the only player since 1982 with 40-plus sacks and 35-plus takeaways.
Yes,
Put
sir.
him in the Hall of Fame whenever he
jacket.
retired. I didn't see Bobby Wagner's name in that.
Mm-mm.
I didn't see Luke Kuechly's name in that. Steven Zool says, Gene was going crazy on that call. Yeah, definitely cannot wait to listen to Gene Deckerhoff's call. Which also, yes, shout out to Gene Deckerhoff.
Yeah.
He's going to retire after the Bucs season. As Baker Mayfield with a huge throw to Tez Johnson gets over midfield, and the Bucs have momentum.
Wide open for Tez also.
Beautiful.
Nobody around him.
Bucs taking advantage of the terrible play by Carolina.
JB Easy says, give Tez more. So Ashley, wow, a Tez sighting. Huge chunk play.
Baker and shotgun on first down. Runs it with Bucky. Finds a little bit of a hole. By the way, we have a $5 super chat from Rusty Shackleton. Says, Bucs forever. They gave me a championship hat, ring, and tattoo. Worst case, Bucs lose. I'll cheer for hometown Hubbard. Hashtag go Bucs. Hashtag let's go Oilers. Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you as well, Rusty. And appreciate you focusing on all the good times and good memories that the Bucs have brought you.
Thank you, Rusty.
Richard Taroka says, "You're telling me Tez has more yards than Ibuka?" Yeah, he does. Baker to Chris Godwin Jr. gets a first down.
Low pass, but completes it. Bucs move the ball down the field. It's already a 2-possession game. You score a touchdown here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put it away, but man, you get closer there. And they've used also, in terms of overall rushing carries, Bucky Irving has been the workhorse today. 21 rushes. Rashad has 4. Sean Tucker has 4. They haven't really had too much of a committee overall. Here comes Rashad White.
Shad with the run, about 3 yards. Yeah, this is big. I mean, again, even a field goal here for the Bucs, and you got 8 minutes. You're moving the ball. Timeout almost pretty much seals it.
Miguel Ramirez says, big ups to Dan Orlowski for calling Levante David a future Hall of Famer.
Love it. That's
Mr.
big.
Nichols
You
says
need
same
all
thing.
the national recognition you can get.
Yep. I hope he's not a guy who has to fight years, to possibly get in.
Oh, a screen to Cade Otton. It's a first down.
Mr. No Gloves. You got it.
Big game for Cade Otton. Playing for that new contract.
Mm-hmm.
Bucs can burn more clock. Keep it running. Damn, his helmet is smoked. Actually, that's a lot of grass.
All right, Tampa, they're in
75 receiving yards for Cade Otton. It's like a false start on Tampa Bay. Cade Otton, not all positives today. Enough positives, though. $6:50 to go. Bucs with a 9-point lead. Looking to make it a 16-point lead. Nice run by Rashad White on 1st and 15. Yeah, now it becomes a little bit of a game of cat and mouse. When does Carolina start calling their timeouts?
Yep.
How much do the Bucs, who have been generally conservative all game long, when do the Bucs start? Do they just keep staying conservative running the ball? Do they mix in a pass? Interesting how they'll attack this. Another run with Rashad.
They're going to stay on the ground here. The clock keeps going down.
Yeah, I think if you're Carolina, you hold on to those timeouts and obviously just got to be aggressive on offense. Oh, man, this could be Atlanta all over again.
Wouldn't that be a nightmare?
Yeah. If that's the case, I think, not that I want it to happen, but that would be, I think, the dagger for Todd Bowles. But let's see. If the Bucs get a first down here, then it's all moot. 5:30 to go. Baker gets the snap, looking to throw. He's going to step up.
Scrambling, moving around.
Running around. Baker buying time. Get rid of it. You got to get rid of it, man. I know you want to keep the clock running. Ball looks like it was caught by Cade Otton.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's going to be about 4th and 1 here.
Decision. I think you go for it because you're up 2 scores.
Yeah.
And the benefit of getting the first down and stopping the clock As was he in bounds?
It's close, but I think it's real close with that left foot.
Okay. This has to be the.
They're gonna go for
I
it.
think he's. Challenge flag by Carolina. I think this is a good call by Dave Canales.
And I agree with you. That left foot, it's real.
It's very
so close. Yeah.
Very close. Also, it also looked like Kadon potentially went. I don't know if this is reviewable or not because it is a penalty. But I don't know if Kadon technically, his foot may have touched out of bounds before he even got the pass, which would then make him an ineligible receiver or can't be the first guy to touch it. That there looks like his foot is. I wish we had a shot right down the line. You know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah. Yeah, Keeler.
That's going to be close.
Good challenge.
Matt Clark says some white grass moved on replay. Joey Tomato says, I think he stepped out before he came back to catch. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I agree with Steinbauer Sports as well, says it's a bad angle. Stan Glassman says, will they really go for it if it's a catch? I think so, because, for all the times we've gotten on Todd Bowles' case for sounding silly for trusting in his defense, their defense has played really well today. Only 7 points allowed. I get it, bad weather, all that stuff. But I don't know. I mean, if you don't get it, Carolina has to drive all the way down the field, and it's a 2-possession game. Andrew, thanks for the $5 super chat, says, if Bowles comes back, there better be a major overhaul on coaches. I like it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they got to revamp the secondary with their coaches.
Thomas McGahee.
We want to move on from Grizzard.
Yeah.
McGahee for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Desert Dog 2K, thanks for the $5 super chat, says, Bowles' carrot is trumped by Canales' stupidity, LOL. Thanks for your great work, as always, Pewter Report staff. Thank you so much, Desert Dog. We appreciate it. And even when the Bucs season is done, we're not done. We'll have plenty of draft coverage, free agency, when the actual NFL draft is going on as well. Busy with that. And plenty of off-season coverage. We'll still have the Pewter Report podcast 4 times a week. We'll still have the Pewter Insider on Fridays. So the coverage of the Bucs does not stop. It just pivots. We go from Bucs playing actual games to how they're going to build their team in the offseason. And it looks like the call on the field is overturned. So it was an incomplete pass. On.
All right. So that makes it a 4th and 5. You're going to Chase McLaughlin, 38-yard field goal.
Kick is blocked. Oh, my God. Another blocked kick. That's going to go in the end zone. Dude, just get away from the ball. What are you doing? Deckers touches. Oh, my God. Another blocked kick.
The close-up to Thomas McGahee. We're just talking about his job.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great challenge by Dave Canales.
Yep. It felt like the whole line for Carolina was just 10 feet in the air with their hands up. Todd Bowles' anger, of course, on the sideline. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. Carolina down 7-16, 5:12 to go. The game's not over yet.
Chase McLaughlin's either automatic or gets blocked. There's no in between. But yeah, 5:12 to go. We'll see what type of impact this has. Again, because maybe the Bucs go for it on that 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Carolina does need to score twice. They do have all 3 timeouts. Bucs pass rush has not gotten home. It's not that Carolina's been able to run the ball anyway. So we'll see. Started out with a pass to Leggett. That's a 5-yard gain. Izzy and on the tackle.
And they're going to go up-tempo here.
Yep.
We're short on time.
Panthers taking their time. Still 4:45 to go. It's not like they have to be instantly quick. Young steps up, throws down the field, has Tremble.
Wow.
Late hit by Tyke Smith. They don't call it, but that's a first down.
Running zone there. Levante David passes off his assignment to Tyke Smith. Tyke just a little late getting to him. Tommy Tremble, 3 receptions, 36 yards now.
Had the over on him. What are we doing, refs?
They need their screen time here.
Yep. First and 10, 4:36 to go. Carolina's at midfield. Bucs lead 16-7. Bucs send a blitz. It's a screen to Dowdle. Great job by Tampa Bay. Vita Vea read it right away. Servase Dennis was there to clean it up, too.
Yeah, the worst time you can call a blitz is on a screenplay. But Servase Dennis and Vita Vea were there to make sure.
Yeah. Nice job by Yaya Diaby, too.
Yep.
2nd and 15 for Carolina, who definitely will be playing with 4-down territory in mind. Oh, Yaya with a good pass rush. Young fires it down the field just out of bounds. 3rd and 15. Nice pass rush by Yaya. Doesn't get home, but forces the incomplete pass.
Third and 15, and if you're Carolina, you probably have to go for it again on 4th down if you can't get the first down here. I would expect Young to look at Tommy Tremble or Ted McMillan.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice tackle by Tyke. Carolina's got to go for it, though.
Yep. Bryce getting the call now. It's going to be a 4th and 8.
Bucs need to get a stop. It could seal the game with a tackle before the marker. With 3:19 to go. Bucs stack a lot of players at the line of scrimmage. We'll see who's coming and who's not. They bring a blitz. Young chucks it up deep, looking for McMillan. He's got it. Inside the 10-yard line, Teteroa McMillan beats the Bucs defenders in the secondary. Great throw by Young. Just runs right by Jacob Parrish, who makes the tackle. But Carolina's in business with 2:40 to go. Oh, my goodness. A 40-yard reception by McMillan. Young looking. Throws it out of the end zone. Whew.
It was a beautiful throw by Young and obviously reception by McMillan. He had all the pressure in his face. He just threw that thing up, and his 6'5" receiver was down there 40 yards down the field to catch that ball. 2nd and goal now.
Jacob Parrish has let him run right by.
Yeah. I don't know if he was expecting some help over the top or not, but he just got beat.
All right. 2nd and goal. Bucs can still force a field goal. Towards the end zone. Oh, my God, it's caught. Jalen Coker.
Benjamin Morrison
Touchdown,
has had a
Carolina. It's a 3-point game.
I mean, actually, good coverage by Morrison. He put his hand in there and everything, and Coker just makes a great play. Just said, give me that. That's my football. Difficult catch, hand in your face, basically. It comes down with it. Good throw, good catch.
16-13. Extra point pending. Oh, man. 2:27 to go. Panthers have all 3 timeouts.
Now you hope this isn't a
And
momentum thing too, where Carolina gets all the momentum now.
If they hit this extra point, it makes it a 2-point game. The extra point is good. Bucs leads 16-14. Oh, my goodness.
It's fitting. And look, the rain is back now. The rain is back now exactly when Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers offense needs to come out. Here comes the rain pouring down. It's fitting for this whole season. The season with the cardiac Bucs, for it to end this way. It comes down to the final 2 minutes to see if Tampa could put this game away.
There's 2:27 to go.
Look at all that rain. Exactly. There was no rain with the Carolina offense. Now here comes the rain.
Yeah, right? Now, Carolina still does need to get the ball, get some stops. Bucs have ran it efficiently enough today. 128 rushing yards. Now, 31 of that came on scrambles by Baker. Oh, man. Here we go.
Scratch Scuff says, it's like rain on your wedding day.
Yeah.
Turned on at the worst
Kings
time.
are awful. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Says Bowles, Buddy costing him this game and job. Poetic. I think talking about Canales. Keita Villain says fire Bowles. Steinbauer Sports says don't fumble. Oh, man.
Don't fumble. Don't throw an interception if you're Baker Mayfield.
Keita Villain says, did Bowles not learn his lesson from Cooper Kupp? Bucs are going to have to return it. Sean Tucker, hold on to that ball. He does. Oh, man. Drama. I like it.
Yeah, there was no pressure on Bryce Young on that play, on that pass. None whatsoever. Jalen Coker just makes a tremendous catch.
Yeah, that was a sick catch.
Tight coverage by BMO. You can't even blame him for that.
Yeah. No, that was just a great throw, great catch. If you're a Bucs fan, you got to be more angry about the 4th down, not getting the stop on that.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Tampa Bay going to do? 2:23 to go. They run it with Bucky. Gets only 2 yards. Bing bong.
Baker Mayfield came in and tried to push a little bit more. He just fell instantly to the floor. No help whatsoever.
Oh, man. This could get disastrous. I mean, we just saw this against Atlanta, but it feels different because it's legitimately, if they lose, they're out, and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they lost, I don't care about any of the reports about that Todd Bowles could be back. The way, if they lose this game, which, again, we can't say it's going to happen, but if it does, I think that impacts
I agree with
Blazers'
you.
decision. Because that's a 5-game losing streak, losing 8 of 9,
Mm-hmm.
blowing a 10-point lead, a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter,
Yep.
with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. $2:17 to go, 2nd and 7. Bucky Irving follows his blocks. I don't even see where Bucky ended up. Only
about 2 or 3
3-yard gain.
Carolina
Carolina calls a timeout.
Yep. One timeout remaining.
Oh, boy. Drama.
Man.
Oh, boy. Do you throw it here?
I think what you run it, you force. Would they just let it go down to 2 minutes?
Yeah, if I'm Carolina,
Yeah.
if you get the stop, I think you let it go to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah,
You'd rather pocket that last time out.
I don't think they're going to throw it. Actually,
Yeah, if there was 5 seconds, maybe you do. They go play action. Baker's going to scramble. He's got Kate on.
They
Makes
do.
the catch.
First
And he
down
goes
or more.
down. The Bucs are going to win this game. The Bucs are going to win this game.
Wow. Like Gene Decker. Bucs win. Bucs win.
Yeah.
Bucs win. Not over yet. Something crazy could happen, but
That's true.
Man. All right. So if they can close out this game here, it comes down to tomorrow. New Orleans versus Atlanta. A banged up, wounded New Orleans team needs to defeat the Atlanta Falcons so that Tampa Bay could advance into the dance. Algie says Tampa Bay.
Hey! Man. Oh, the drama. And we're going to have a Pewter post-game show after this. Let's actually do a commercial from Jorgensen Law.
Welcome to Jorgensen Law, PA, where our family's legacy drives us to fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury, workers' compensation, and Social Security, we're committed to winning for you. No fees unless we succeed. Trust in our family to help yours. Let's achieve justice together.
That's right. Jorgensen Law is the champions of the injured and the disabled. You can get a free case evaluation, and there are no fees until Jorgensen Law wins your case. They have offices out in St. Petersburg, and you can give them a call at 727-347-7733. That's 727-347-7733. The champions of the injured and disabled, Jorgensen Law. They will, and they have and will be sponsoring every injury-related story with the Bucs, and hopefully that means a playoff game as well. And one more reminder, we're going to have a Pewter post-game show after this. Myself, Scott Reynolds, reacting to what is likely this Bucs win. However, it still needs to, finish out.
We got a comment here by Moss Cookie. He says, Matt and Daniel, do you think Saints will win? Please, we got to win. So, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to win because we talked about it earlier. Chris Olave, the top receiving threat, the wide receiver one, he's out for this game with blood clots in his lungs. No Alvin Kamara. Hasn't had a great year, but no Alvin Kamara. And I know Brian Breesy on the defensive side. What do you think? I don't think they're going to win, unfortunately.
I don't think they're going to either, but the Saints have done a lot with less.
Yeah.
Even with even at times without Chris Olave, but yeah, I my money would be on Atlanta. Geist 85 or 8569. Thanks for the $2 super chat. Says, dang it, does this mean we keep Bowles? I truly don't know. As the Bucs run it with Bucky, Carolina will call their last time out. Watch, Bucs will find a way to screw this up.
They need one more first down. Sign Bear Sports, get a first down. Yep, one more first down that puts us away. You just hope there's no turnover, there's no fumble. It'll be the wildest ending. I don't want to jinx it. Never mind. Bucs for life.
Win the game. They could legitimately just knee it 2 more times and likely be fine. Yeah, so interesting. Falcons, Saints, they each have nothing to play for, which kind of helps. Because, you want to play to win. Raheem Morris is playing to win. That doesn't help the Bucs. But Kellen Moore, first-year head coach, he's not going to lose a game just to screw over the Bucs. Mm-hmm. Andrew, thanks for the $2 super chat, says it was Cansey. I guess. All right. One more run of the football. No, the Bucs can't blow this. Stan Glassman says they will get it with 20 seconds left. Yeah. Even the Bucs can't screw. All they have to do is make sure that they punt it. Timeout.
Let it go down to the 1. Yep, timeout.
Yep. Yeah. Good timeout. Talk it over. See what you want to do. Talk about 4th down as well. Honestly, I almost think you kind of run the same exact play that they did with Otten, but with more of an emphasis on Baker just running and sliding. Like, unless Cade Otten is wide open. I'm not even talking about, like, having 2 yards of space. I'm talking about Cade Otten being as wide open as possible. Andrew then clarifies, thank you for the $2 super chat. Cansey made the difference. Certainly helped a lot. Mm-hmm. We'll see how much snaps he ended up playing. But yeah, 3rd and 6. I think you just got to run it with Bucky. No timeouts for Carolina. They do run it with Bucky. He gets stopped. Try a field goal. No. So, yeah. You let it wind down. You have to punt it here. You can't even think about going for it. Because if you get stopped, you're 2 plays away from field goal range.
All right, Baker going to try to catch
I think
Panthers to jump off guard, jump off sides.
Yeah. You're not fooling anyone, buddy.
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, if Dave Canales accepts this delay of game, it actually helps out Riley Dixon, gives him a little bit more breathing room for this kick. Ideally, of course, you want to pin the back all the way inside the 5. But special teams hasn't been too great, of course. Been a bit lackluster this entire season.
I think, honestly, like, just boot it into the end zone. Like, sure, you want to try to pin them deep, but it's more important that you get this kick off more than anything else.
Not blocking.
It could be a shank of pot. It could be a 10-yard punt for all I care. But, yeah, I think the best move, just boot it into the end zone. And block punts has been an issue for the Bucs. I don't even think they have a returner back.
Tampa calls their timeout here. I think the Panthers, is that correct? They were selling out for the block.
Yeah, for sure. As they should be. All right, let's do this again. 26 seconds, 4th and 9. The down really matters too much. Nobody back deep for Carolina. They are going for the block. Get rid of it. We have plenty of time. Nicely done.
Look at Riley Dixon.
Oh, Riley Dixon, what a play. And the Bucs stop him right there. Great special teams job by Riley Dixon.
Wow. Carolina, with no timeouts, has to go 97 yards down the field, or at least in field goal range. Only 16 seconds left. It's not over until it's over, of course, but you put yourself in a really good position.
What?
One busted coverage. Things could turn south.
All right, 18 seconds to go. It should do it. Never say never, because it's the Bucs. But it should do it.
They're only going to rush 3 also. It's good playing prevent defense.
Young looking. Throws. Caught, but inbounds.
Yep. You have to spike it. 5, 4. All right. They spike with 3 seconds remaining.
Yeah. So they have to go schoolyard BS to get it done.
Yep.
Also a chance for Levante David to get a tackle and break the record, which would be cool. You try to draw a face mask penalty or something?
It's too far here for a Hail Mary. He doesn't have an 80-yard arm.
Yeah,
Right.
no. I don't love how far back the Bucs are because you're essentially going to let Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, you could just throw a screen and then they get 20 yards and then you can start your laterals and stuff like that. I'm not saying, like, put everyone near the line of scrimmage, but I don't love – I would put, like, one guy 10 yards back or two guys 10 yards back. Because you're just kind of giving them a running start. Oh, okay. Ball's loose. That's going to be it. The Bucs win the ball game for the first time in 5 weeks. The Bucs lost 4 straight. They win this evening. They beat Carolina 16-14. They finished the regular season with an 8-9 record, meaning they need to be rooting for the New Orleans Saints tomorrow to beat the Falcons. If the Saints beat the Falcons, the Bucs are in the postseason, so we will be watching intently tomorrow. Nice win for the Bucs. Let me see. No more super chats to get to. Thank you so much, everybody, for rocking with us. We got one more video to play. We're going to have the Pewter post-game show after this, recapping this Bucs game, and we'll wait intently tomorrow to see if we're doing another Pewter Game Day show and if the Bucs are going to reach the postseason. This has been a lot of fun all season long if it ends up being the last Pewter Game Day show of the season. So thank you to Daniel Morales for being my co-captain with this. It's been a ton of fun. Thank you to everybody watching as well. It's been a blast. Hopefully we get another week to do it. So, for Daniel Morales, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks everyone for watching. And hopefully we'll see you soon for another edition of the Pewter Game Day Show. Out.